Okay, now.
I'll watch the shit out of it. It's
Ta-da!
weird 'cause I'm not religious at all. but no, it's an interesting show, essentially showing the human side of Lucifer, and Lucifer trying to like get to know what his flaws are and overcome them, and it's very interesting. It's essentially Lucifer becomes a what's the word I'm looking for, a police consultant.
Okay, yeah.
And the police consultant part, like the actual crimes and stuff like that happen, are by far the weakest part of the fucking show, and it's annoying how much they keep that stuff in. But
Gotcha.
overall, the show, it was so good that I binged every episode that was available in about 10 days.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive.
So I was like, yeah, I went through 6 seasons. I was just like, yeah, we're gonna do this.
I kind of get that. Like, Kaylee and I watch a lot of the iterations of all the different versions of the Sherlock thing, right? You know, consulting detective, and you know they have like the crimes that he helps solve and all that stuff. And it's interesting because in that case with Sherlock, the crimes really do have to be pretty insane because it's basically an unsolvable crime that Sherlock is able to mastermind, kind of thing.
Right.
And which one was it? The BBC's Sherlock? I think that's the one where like it's kind of not really about the crimes. It's not really about the case solving. It's more about like Sherlock and his discovery of how to be a human and stuff like that. So it sounds like it's probably more that route, right? Where it's more about the person and less about the crimes.
It's more about the person, and it's definitely about the hilarity. Like,
Oh, it's a funny show.
It's absolutely hysterical because he's not like a serious Lucifer. He's like, why the fuck does everyone keep blaming me? I'm so sick of humanity. He's like, I didn't make you do shit.
You're just a bad person.
Okay, all right. Maybe I should give it a shot. Maybe it's not for me, but maybe it is. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
It does sound fun.
See. Yeah, right.
I would recommend watching it. Give it an episode or two. If it's not your stick, I ain't gonna hold it over you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We've been watching. We just finished watching Demon Slayer, the anime, which was quite good. I like that quite a bit.
Yeah. We can't find the movie though. I want to find the movie.
I actually have news on that front.
What?
But it's news that I can't talk about on stream.
Got it.
What's the news that you can't talk about on stream? I beg your pardon?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, we can't find the Demon Slayer movie. Isn't that crazy? It's just
too bad. I guess we'll never know how the story is.
Yeah, just can't get a hand on it. That's we'll just give it up and never talk about it again.
You think in this day and age, especially like the internet, you could find it somewhere, but
unfortunately, no.
But
yeah,
you'd probably have to be breaking like piracy laws or something.
Yeah, international copyright. It just gets messy. I mean, no one would do that. It's not worth the trouble.
No one would do that. You wouldn't steal a car.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
I mean, you wouldn't steal a baby, right?
You wouldn't steal a baby, exactly.
You wouldn't steal a baby, so don't steal a movie. It's same thing.
I mean, I wouldn't steal an ugly baby.
Okay.
If the baby's pretty enough, maybe I'd steal it.
We gotta check the baby's ratings on Rotten Tomatoes before we steal.
Yeah, exactly.
Side note, I'm currently experiencing the equivalent of laundry day for my kitchen. I'm currently eating cereal out of a mixing bowl with a ramen spoon.
That's very good.
Okay, wait, you have a ramen spoon?
Yeah, like those big old spoons for like ramen and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna need somebody to describe to me what the hell's the difference between a ramen spoon and a normal spoon.
Okay,
can I? With the flat bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Can I just throw something out here? One of the grossest things I ever saw on Reddit. It's not that gross. It's not super gross. That's gonna really disgust everyone, but gross enough that you're gonna go, yeah, that's gross. And the grossness is a person on Reddit who said something like, who else? I'm not even kidding. This is not a meme. People might recognize it. Someone said something like, who else uses a perpetual ramen bowl? And someone was like, what? And they're like, yeah, like, I love the fact that I've never washed my ramen bowl. So each time I go to make ramen, I can taste the previous flavors of ramen. Here are the following flavors that I think combine really nicely after eating them like one after another over a series of days. And then they like listed out a series of like flavors of ramen that they would eat one after the other over the course of like 2 weeks because they liked the combo of the leftover flavors. Like
This
on the inside of the
not gonna
bowl.
live long in this world.
I was
Right?
gonna say, was one of the flavors mold? Maybe?
Yeah, seriously, dude. Oh, it's so
Right.
gross.
God, this person is not gonna survive.
Yep.
Maybe they just know
Jeez.
something we don't know. Maybe they put something in there, like really hot sauce or something that kills
Oh.
anything bad.
Smart. Yeah.
Still kind of gross though.
No, that person's a serial killer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's honestly a likely
That
second
tracks.
explanation. Yep.
That person has bodies in their
Yeah,
freezer.
they're hiding corpses
Yeah.
somewhere.
Kaylee, when you said the spoon has a flat bottom,
The flat bottom spoon, like in miso soup.
oh, you mean the abomination upon
Whoa,
the face
oh,
of this
yeah,
planet,
right.
Uh-oh.
the blight and scourge of all
Uh-oh.
creation. You mean a fucking broth spoon?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You could use it to get more food into it. That's not
Wow.
broth.
That's
Wow.
true.
Noodles.
No, fork would be better. Fork for noodles and meat.
It's like literally anything associated with soup. The bowl,
Yes.
the bowl is blasphemy because it can contain soup.
Just imagine you take that big old bowl of soup and you put it on a plate. Then you just tip the plate. Guess what? You just saved the meal. You're actually you're a food hero at that point because you've rescued all the good food from the bad, nasty broth, and you can put that shitty flat bottom broth spoon in the fucking garbage where it belongs.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Can I tell you why I'm really excited right now?
Yeah, why?
Because I am 100%. Okay, just so we're clear, 100%. I'm going to request that my paid writer write a section about how good soup is.
Ooh, twist. This will be your biggest challenge to date.
Man, it's cruel. Now, could I make the person be saying it under duress?
Or maybe it's a signifier that that person is the bad guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna make it the arch villain.
No.
I'm gonna have them say it while they're doing something evil, like murdering an orphanage or something like that.
No, they're
orphanage?
murdering an whole orphanage.
They're
That's
murdering
so
an
bad.
entire orphanage.
Orphanage.
Oh no.
I didn't realize
Not
we were
the
taking sugar
orphanage.
tonight. Let me go grab some gummies. I'll be right back.
Okay. All
mean,
right. Listen.
All I got's my meds, so I guess I'll just take double.
Double up the meds. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, do we have like character sheets, by the way? Do we ever do anything with that?
No, we have not. We've so you guys have like your like class sheets kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you have not distributed your stats on them yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Right now you're kind of playing non-classes at the moment. If you really like what Sebastian tried to do last time, if you really try and you really want, I can make something happen, but you will accelerate the change, and that will come with some complications. Probably best word to use.
Ooh. That's ooh.
Yeah.
Wee woo,
Yeah.
wee woo.
Gotta
Wee
roll a
woo.
brand
New character because we killed our new one too fast.
Yeah, exactly. You guys step back through the portal. They're like, we lost Rippy. 5 minutes in, we lost Rippy. We need another guy. Anyways, we can go ahead and get started. So I will start by welcoming folks to our tabletop RPG stream called Monsters Ain't Real, where we are using the Dungeon World rule set to enjoy some good old-fashioned RPG fun set in an industrial horror universe. To anyone new, all the old episodes are up on YouTube and Spotify, although that doesn't mean that you can't just hang out and enjoy the session. The first thing that we will start with is a recap. Not a crazy long recap. Last time, the main party found their replacements in other inks and formed the party of expendables that would be entering the red ink. The party consisted of Rip Immersion, Bishop Kane, Sebastian Volt, and Eye of the Tiger. And the new party ventured into the portal, into the red ink, and came upon a mansion that looked spooky and as if it had vampires in it. And then you learned that it definitely does have vampires in it, or at least one vampire, Yerby the vampire.
I fucking forgot about the vampire. How did I fucking forget about the vampire? I have the worst memory ever.
It's good. That's why we have these recaps.
Oh my god. It was literally all last episode was, and I completely forgot about the fucking vampires.
Oh man. So you guys learned that you are apparently some sort of quote unquote special guests that you've determined are usually made to be specially comfortable, but you don't know to what degree yet and what your purpose is. You learned that Yerby killed his familiar Fernando some time ago and keeps forgetting about it. And then you sat down to dinner with Yerby, where he carved up a live human for you and had another human cook up the meat, except for Tiger, who is going to eat some bugs. And then as you guys sat down, Yerby, we closed on Yerby sitting down and saying, all right, let's talk about the audit. And that's where we ended. So before we get back into it, let's start with the narrative intro. The camera opens on the exterior of an elevator. The matte black doors seem to absorb light and pull on your eyes as you look at them. The trim where the doors close is made of a burnished gold. As the doors of the elevator open, you see that the interior is more of that black matte metal. The camera enters the elevator with a dark, fine hardwood floor and a single fluorescent light above you, shining light that seems to be sucked up by the metal walls. The doors slide back closed as you look out into a lobby with a marble floor. As the last glimpse of the exterior vanishes and the doors close, all sound dies immediately. The silent elevator sits there, unmoving, until a new sound arrives. It's a phone ringing here inside the elevator. It has a metallic bell ringing sound like an old-fashioned rotary phone. And then the ringing stops as you hear a click of the receiver being picked up. The ringing is replaced with some sort of whispering screech, a scream that grows in volume. A hollow scream, like some sort of painful death, but with resignment in the voice, knowing that help is not coming and that death is the only release from whatever agony is drawing forth this scream. As the scream grows louder and louder until it permeates through you, you notice your stomach feels like it's flipping. And it is not due to the scream. It is because the elevator is descending at an incredible rate. Further down and down as the scream gets louder and louder on the phone. And then the scream stops. The stomach churning stops. And the elevator stops. Slowly, the elevator doors open once again. This time there is no lobby. In fact, at first, it appears as though there's absolutely nothing at all out there. Just black void. But then, as your eyes adjust, you can see that there is a dimly lit gray path, seemingly isolated in an infinite black void to either side. And far down the path, there is a large iron door. You take a step out of the elevator. The doors close behind you. And immediately, you hear something awful. It's like creaking wood and slavering, chattering teeth. And it's directly behind you. The camera cuts to black. And we are back in the dining room with the party and Yerby.
Well, that's got to be just about the most fucked up fucking 5,000 Fingers of Dr. Terwilliger, Dr. Seussian fucking nightmarish hellscape, the sort of shit I had nightmares about when I was 9 years old. My brain just coming out with all sorts of fucking weird zigzag shaped fucking purple striped trees and walls that are sucking up the light and chattering teeth. Well, that's horrible. Great.
10th floor, creaking wood.
Assorted simple tortures.
Listen, I hope that wasn't important because the narrative intro, because about 30 seconds in, I stopped listening. Because my lizard brain was screaming to
as soon as he was like, oh, there's like a matte black elevator doors, I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. And he's like, on the inside it's also matte black, and I was like, oh, that's a little dark. And he was like, and it's sucking up all the light. I was like, ooh, that's not comfortable. That's don't like that. Okay, all right, fuck.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in front of Yerby.
Yeah, so you guys are at this big dining table. It's got like one of those kind of fancy lace tablecloths with all the fine embroidery on it. There are multiple candelabras on the table and a chandelier on the ceiling. There are many place settings, some bowls with fruit on them, which are very clearly wax, and you guys are sitting there with your plates and utensils in front of you, and he says, you know, let's talk about the audit. And then as he says that, the other human walks in, basically with multiple pieces of human cooked to varying degrees on a sets of plates. And then he kind of like puts it down in front of you, and then for you, Tiger, he kind of reaches into his pocket and just starts pulling out handfuls of dirt with worms in it.
Ooh.
Would you be able to describe how are our individual places set? Is it like with 14 pieces of cutlery and like a wine glass and a Chardonnay glass and like a dessert spoon and a napkin? Because like I'm wondering if Rippy would have something to turn into a bib.
Yeah, basically. So I think why don't you go ahead and roll just straight up 2d6.
Sure.
I'll see what you can kind of glean from the table setting in front of you.
See if you can tell the forks apart.
Exactly. Okay, 7 mixed success. It has more settings than like your average fucking Joe Blow's plate and fork and spoon kind of thing.
Okay.
It's got multiple forks, multiple spoons. It does absolutely have a folded napkin, but the napkin is very plainly folded. It's not very fancy. Yeah.
Okay.
There's absolutely a napkin there.
Okay, so I think whatever meat in whatever cooked condition is put closest to Rippy, I think he would immediately pick up the napkin, tie it around himself like a bib, and look at Yerby and like lift up a glass of whatever's also there to drink. Say, hey, cheers, bruv. And just start going to town, like huge mouthfuls of human meat.
Okay. And now I gotta ask you. I think now I have to admit I have never personally eaten human meat before.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's a little gamey.
From what I understand, it tastes an awful lot like pork.
That's what I've heard.
So, taste-wise, I think you're probably in the clear.
Okay.
From I don't know when, but I think when I was younger, I did research into cannibal tribes, and somehow in there I learned that, and that has stuck in my brain forever. And I don't know why, but now it's something that I fucking know and can't unknow.
That's one of the reasons that that human meat is referred to as long pig.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, learned that from my anatomy teacher in college.
That's a real thing.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, that's not even a joke.
anatomy
That's a weird venue to live
yeah.
in.
See, I thought it was normal because he's the anatomy teacher, but then he was licking his lips as he went through the lecture.
Oh, that was a good sign now, yeah.
Huge red flag.
Everyone here is smarter than me.
Well, now you learned something. Now you know that.
See,
human
now you're
flesh tastes like
closer.
pork.
Now you're
Now
closer.
you know that. Yeah.
It's fine, Ven. I'm an English major. Don't worry about it.
So what you're bragging
Bro.
about is that you went to college.
Are you,
Okay.
Ven, I spent $100,000 on university, and you and I do the exact same thing for a living.
I feel better.
Oh my God. Okay. So flavor wise, I think you're in the clear,
Okay.
right? And now it comes down to how does Rippy mentally handle this? Is he powering through? Like, is he trying to not think about it and trying to go through with it? Or is he kind of okay with it?
Great
what's his
question.
mental about this? Yeah.
Great question. And I know this may seem like lazy character writing because Slump did a whole lot of people eating, but I think he would genuinely have an attitude of like better him than me.
Yep.
And
No, I
would
think that
and
makes sense.
And unless it was intentionally cooked shittily and intentionally cooked to be gross, he would just think, well, it's free food. Like, it's
yeah.
free food, and if I'm meant to fit in, well, then in for a penny, in for a pound. Might as well commit.
Yep, no, that makes sense. Rippy, you literally built Rippy for kind of, to be able to handle what I was gonna throw at you guys.
Bingo.
So that makes sense. Okay,
Awesome.
so no roll needed. You just start chowing down. I don't remember what cut of meat you said. Do you remember what cut of meat you said you wanted?
I think he said the throat.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I want to say it was the throat.
God, that's disgusting. All right, you're just chowing down on this. And the thing is, it was not prepared properly. This was not cut and trimmed properly, right? It was just ripped out.
Oh, sorry, it was the tum tum. That's right, it was the soft tum tum.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he just said tum tum.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and he just kind of like cut a huge chunk of stomach out. Yeah. So it was just kind of cut out with a sword. So it's not prepared in an appetizing way, but it's cooked. Cooked meat.
God.
And so you just start chewing through this, and I would say it's probably not pleasant. But
Sure.
like the guy who cooked it is a desk jockey who works with Excel, right?
Yeah, sure.
And who knows that he is very, very not long for this world and has been experiencing torture. So this was not cooked to the best of his ability.
Sure.
It's technically edible, so you just kind of chew on through. Okay.
Can
Next.
oh yeah, sorry. You
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
What's my name? Tiger turns to the person serving the bugs
Yep.
and says, "Are these from the grounds?"
And the person like looks at you with the most fear in their eyes that you've ever seen a person have. This person was ready for death. And now they realize they may be in for something much, much, much worse.
It's okay, servant. I just want to know about the bug origins.
And they kind of like look at you, then they kind of look at Yerby, and Yerby scowls at them for looking at him. And then they just like look directly back at you and look at the ground, and they're like, came from the ground.
Well, they're nice. Thank you.
No problem.
Host Yerby.
What was that?
Host Yerby.
Yes.
How large are your grounds?
Well, let's see. Fernando usually takes about an hour to clean it all up. So about an hour big, I
Okay.
think. Does that make sense?
It doesn't.
I want to get my pen and paper. Might want to get that same pen and paper out. I want to write down. It look like I'm jotting down, like I'm shaking my head a little bit, just ever slightly.
Yeah, make
Fernando,
an hour big.
how big are the grounds? I said about an hour, but I don't think that's right. Fernando. Oh, he's probably working in the yard right now. I'll ask him when he gets back.
Host Yerby,
Yes.
do your compatriots experience any kind of senility?
Let's see. Are you a human man?
Are you talking to me? I mean, never mind. That's a joke we have, man. I'm like, what is it?
Oh, I see. Like they'd say, oh, you're
Sometimes
looking
they
like
like
a
to pretend
human.
it's one of them common folk. You know how it is.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
I think Ribby just starts sweating profusely, just like immense amounts of sweat.
Okay, now you human man, do you remember what you used to do at your job? And the guy's like, I did the Excel. I did the work with Excel. I did fill out the numbers. Nope, everybody seems to have pretty good memories here.
That's very interesting, but I do mean more the compatriots, peers, people like you.
You mean the other vampires?
Yes, those.
Oh, I haven't seen another vampire in quite a while. Let me see. Last vampire. No, he was pretty sharp. Had pretty good mind in him. Pretty accurate memory of most things.
What do you think is causing you to not remember Fernando? Is it a sort of grief, maybe?
What they're talking about? Fernando's like my best friend. I would never forget him. Fernando, come in here and say what good friends we are. Tell them about how honored you are to have a vampire for a friend, Fernando.
What is this, Fernando? Is he a man?
Well, that's probably going a bit too far. He's a person.
Always so easy to blur the
be a
line.
man.
Aye. Makes sense.
But no, he's a human man, kind of like this guy.
Pathetic.
Pretty pathetic. He's kind of useful, though. I give him the benefit of my friendship, and he's eternally grateful. Then sometime, blah, 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 down the road, I said I'd turn him into a vampire, but that's literally not even how it works, but that's okay. He believes it.
Well, mighty kind of you to offer to share your gift.
Of course, see, it's in the offer
That's
that
precisely
I made,
it.
right?
No need to follow through. Only
I
to
can't
offer.
even follow through. That's not how the change works. I can't turn him into a vampire. But hey, he thinks it's true, so that's all that matters.
Well, now, what's all this about an audit?
Well, that's why you're here, right?
Yeah.
So, I was just wondering if there's been a problem. This is a bit quick after the last audit. And is there something that I should be fixing?
Well, maybe that's part of the problem, isn't it? Maybe part of the problem is that we need to tell you if there's a problem. Shouldn't you be the one telling us what you think could be done differently? Or maybe we should just make our observations and leave.
If there's a right answer,
Yeah?
I choose that one.
Well, then maybe you should tell us if you think there's something that's been out of the ordinary here, isn't it? Anything you think we'd better hear from you before we find it ourselves?
I mean, it's just that Fernando didn't mean any offense last time. He didn't know any better.
Right.
It's just.
Oh shit! I lean over to. Oh my god, it's gonna be the pain in the ass. I lean over to Rippy. I don't think he knows about the complaints.
Oh, he's not aware of the complaints.
Oh.
Are you aware of the complaints?
Complaints, were they about Fernando or were they about the business?
I think in like the big dramatic way, Rippy would like and like shake his head and like heave his shoulders and go back to eating the meat.
Let's do this one. We might be hopeless now. I get what you do there.
Perhaps it was both. Was it Fernando and the business?
It was a wee bit of both. But I'm gonna need to take a look at your books to compare to make sure that what you sent in matches what we have on file.
Oh dear, oh dear. This is going to be time intensive.
I mean, there's a time lapse between when the books get updated and when the numbers are sent in right to the council.
Yes,
and so sometimes the book right now might not look quite like, the numbers that were sent in.
Well,
so what you're saying is you haven't had enough time to cook your books.
I mean, why one person says cook, I just say to double check that they're right.
Well, you know what I always say. Nothing that a few bands of bandy handshake and a wink won't solve, eh?
That's what you always say.
Nothing about a bridge up there the old stairs, eh?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Nothing about 2 points and a jammy dogs, am I right?
All the time, that's what you say.
Right. So here's what's gonna happen. You know what? You're gonna give us 10% to look the other way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. How about, wow, 10%.
Well, consider it a one-time purchase of friendship. Don't you want to be friends?
I mean, I do want to be friends. You guys are pretty high up, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. And you're going to want to be friends with us before you're friends with anyone else. Important to make a good first impression and all that, isn't it?
That's true. All right.
And here's what we'll do in response.
Okay.
We might look favorably upon this audit, given that there is nothing else unexpected.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I think Rippy looks around the table and realizes that he's been swinging pretty heavy and now busies himself with his human meat and just sort of looks down at the table.
All right. So, do you still want to see the books and see?
Of course, we want to see the books.
Yeah, of course. No, that makes sense. Yeah, of course. All right. Then maybe tomorrow we go to my office and you guys can see the books. You want to see everything or just the books?
A little bit of everything, of course.
Of course, yeah, of course. Okay, that's fine. I'm ready for that, of course, because I knew you were coming and I got prepared. Right, Fernando? Oh, no.
You're just now remembering that you killed him again, didn't you?
I killed him last week. He's not even here. Okay, things might be in a bit of disarray when we get there, but that's okay. I've already solved the problem. Fernando's gone.
Hey, Herbie.
Yes?
What else do you remember from last week? From, well, like when you last saw Fernando.
Let's see. I saw Fernando and he was trimming the gardens, and there was the other audit, which is why it's so weird that you guys would come a week later. wouldn't even imagine you had time to look at the numbers I gave you, but here you are. And of course, you've got your ways to look at the numbers very quickly. And I had been feeling that Fernando was not doing his job properly, of course, because the other group looked very upset by the way they were leaving. And so I remember I said, Fernando, you did a bad job, and that's too many strikes, bucko. And now you're gonna have to die, Fernando.
Rippy, who's half like listening and half trying to fit in as a person participating in this audit, is like very knowingly like nodding, like, yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Fernando. Yeah, you shouldn't have fucked up. Like, yeah, good, you tell Fernando.
yeah. I was like, yeah, Fernando, you did a bad job.
Bad job, Fernando.
That's three strikes.
Shit.
You're
Bye-bye.
slam dunk.
Slammo.
And then I killed him.
Wow. Dead.
And you guys, not you, but the other group, they left. And they left, and then I killed Fernando. And then you're here.
The blood that we saw was older than a week old, right?
Yes, yeah, it was like a month or two.
Your memory, that was longer than a week ago.
I'm pretty sure I've got all my faculties facilitating. And there was the other group, and then I had the meeting with Fernando and I killed him. And then it was Sunday, which is the day that I play baseball, and Fernando didn't even show up. And then it was Tuesday, and I had some employees who were not handling their job very well, so I brought them back. And then it's today.
Can I just like lean in kind of weirdly and just stare at Yerby a little bit and see if I can see sort of like a contusion on his head, or like, I don't know.
Is he secretly 7,000 years old? And he's just like old. He's like a really old a vampire who's just like addled by age.
Nosferatu type?
Yeah.
Nosferatu?
Okay, yeah. Okay, Tiger, roll 2d6 at a +1.
Oh, another 7.
Mixed success, bare minimum mixed success. So you don't see any contusions. Age is so hard to gauge.
Yeah.
He looks like the 32-year-old man, but like it's very obvious he's much older than that. No contusions, no lumps, no bruises, no nothing like that. However, when he's trying to recall the previous events, there is a bit of a glaze on his eyes as he's trying to kind of recall previous events.
Okay. I would like to kind of nod satisfied to myself and look to the party and give a little like, ooh, hands and wiggle my fingers and then like kind of near my head. Ooh. But subtly.
Yeah.
Can I use one of my moves?
It will incur the change to come more quickly, but if you really want to, you can use a move.
So let me explain the move, and
Okay.
and maybe it won't incur anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. It's called investigate.
Okay.
It's not I don't think it's a magical thing, but it says when you take time to research or make inquiries about a subject, you roll plus guile, and then on a +2 or on a 10 you choose 2, on choose 1. Those things being you gain useful information about a subject. It doesn't take a long time. You take +1 forward to further investigate on the subject, or it doesn't come with strings attached.
Okay, I'll if you want to. I agree. This doesn't seem like it really uses your powers. However, I will say that your powers are going to be kind of unlocked with your mind, which has not undergone the change yet. So your investigative powers aren't quite at their peak. If you want to roll with no bonus, you can see if you get those, and I'll let you perform those actions, but you won't get a bonus unless you want to risk the change.
Sounds good. I'm okay with taking just a base thing. What I'm trying to deduce is what is the business? Because he's like, do you need to see everything? He's mentioned like, do you need to see the books, or do you need to see everything? I want to know what everything is, because I know we're kind of swinging in the dark as to like what. Yeah. I want to see if I can figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and roll your 2d6.
There you go.
Holy fucking shit! A 10, a full fucking success off a flat roll. Okay, so you get to have 2 of those.
Yeah, I'll just take I don't really care. I just want to gain useful information on the subject.
Okay. So I think you guys are kind of sitting there discussing things, trying to wheedle out information, and you gather that Yerby's company makes cars. They're not very good cars, but technically they make cars. And his employees do nothing. He has a skyscraper full of employees who put numbers in spreadsheets. And at the end of the day, he has someone else whose job it is to go and delete all the data banks and remove all the numbers. And the car assembly is powered entirely through robots, machines, and magic. And there's no need for any of the people there. They're just there to waste their time.
So it's a huge waste of fucking money to employ these.
Sorry, what's powered by magic?
Like the assembly lines, like the things actually building the cars.
I see.
Are basically automatons, automated car construction kind of thing. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything all the employees are doing.
Oh my god.
They literally, it's like half the staff puts in numbers to Excel sheets and the other half deletes all the numbers out of the Excel sheets.
It's nice to feel like you're making a difference. That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the information that you gather about his job.
Okay.
Can I roll nothing associated with ability, just a generic roll? I want to see how much Rippy has been able to do. So like what is the perceived power balance in this interaction right now? Like how much does Yerby feel like, oh shit, I have to make sure that everything's above board here, versus how much is he like, are these guys legit, or like who the fuck are these guys? Can I roll to see sort of where that's balancing out?
Absolutely. I'll give you a +1 too, because that's kind of Rippy's kind of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling out a room and
how to sell.
Yeah. So I'll give you a +1, 2d6 +1.
Oh, fuck.
So it's tough to tell. I think you've been able to gather that he definitely seems to be, deferring to you guys, but I think with the miss, you really can't tell. Like you could be a 1,000 ranks above. You could be god kings to him.
Sure.
Or you might literally just be like in the desk beside him, and the boss likes you a little bit more.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I think Rippy would go with a bit of a gamble. Well, no, I'm just trying to think, like when he said, I told what's his associate's name?
Fernando.
I was gonna say Franco. Fernando. Do we get the impression that Fernando may have actually done something wrong during the last audit, or are we just under the impression that this is Yerby being crazy?
I think, man, with a 4,
he doesn't really know.
I think it's hard to tell if Yerby actually did something wrong or not.
Okay, I think
not Yerby, Fernando. It's hard to tell if Fernando actually did anything wrong.
Okay, I think.
On that note, real quick, hold on. I didn't know if you're retconning or not, because when we investigated the blood was like weeks old or some shit like that.
It was like 2 months old. Yep.
Yeah. So is that you retconning, or is that he just absolutely has no idea what fucking day it is?
Yeah, no, that's not retcon. They're definitely he keeps on saying it's last week, And the blood you saw was months old. Both of those things are true.
Yeah, and when I recently asked him about his memory of it, his eyes got all glazed over, so it seems like he's kind of under a spell effect, and that's why his memory is goofed.
Interesting. Okay,
Yep.
Gotcha. All right.
Also, I feel like we do know. Well, I guess we can't, but it seems like Fernando did do something to offend the first auditors. But maybe that's just Yerby vision.
Yerby vision. As you guys all kind of are taking part, Yerby is kind of like passively in conversation with Bishop Kane, talking about the cars that they make and the processes that they use, and he points at the guy who cooked the meat, and he says, these guys don't do anything and they're just there to suffer, and then he kind of pulls the guy down and bites his neck and rips his entire throat out.
Oh my God.
Just falls over, like coughs and chokes for like maybe 1 second.
Oh my God.
Before so much blood pours out of him that he's just completely dead and motionless.
Well,
I think Rippy would like pause his eating for long enough to like wipe his mouth with a corner of the bib and like clap 3 or 4 times, and then go back to eating.
Thank you. I like to make a little bit of a show with my dinner. It's kind of a thing. Some people say I'm dramatic, but
I had no idea who's coming here for a dinner and a show. I got that kind throat. Right, he's a winner. I like him. Now, just out of curiosity, you know what the word accountability means, right?
Of course I know,
Right.
and
So
I'm very good at it.
Good. Oh, perfect. Right. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do something a bit more rehabilitative, isn't it? You know what that means? Rehabilitative.
Yes.
It means we try to give you a chance at redemption before.
And he like really dramatically drags his thumb across his neck.
You know?
Yes.
One of the ways we try to do that is by giving you a chance to tell us what it is that went wrong in the previous audit. Obviously, we've got access to the notes. But if you were audited and something were off, well then, it's taken to understand you'll know what it is. That's why you're the best at what you do, isn't it? Because you got an attention for detail. Now, you mentioned something that this Fernando fellow said. Well, if he did say something that may have led the previous audit astray, we'll have a note of it right here.
And I imagine Rippy had some sort of, imagine we were in this, some sort of notepad. So I think Rippy would be pointing at it going,
Rippy would have an account of it right here. But we're not going to open the book. You're going to tell us your version. And then I'm going to check my handy dandy little notebook. And we're going to check if the 2 stories line up.
Okay, so, Fernando, when it was dinner time, he was not very courteous at all. And I think he put the salad fork on the wrong side. And I think he mixed up the orders, and I think he gave the werewolf the salad, and I think he gave the gargoyle the plate of eyeballs, and I apologized many times, and I publicly scolded Fernando right in front of them. I told him how bad of a job he was doing right there, but they were still pretty upset, and they were so upset that they might not remember it like that because they were so upset about these mistakes that were made. They might have remembered something else. But that's what happened. And then we went and we looked at the books, and they were all pretty good. Maybe not totally up to date, but pretty good. And I don't think that's a problem anywhere. And then they seemed upset by, I can only imagine, the dinner and how not great it went.
Right.
And then they left. And I thought that they were upset, but also remembering what a good job I did.
Right.
Scolding Fernando like that.
Right.
And then I killed him, and the problem is solved now.
Okay. Right. Now, just one other question for you here.
Yes?
If you were in the position,
and Rippy just points up because he doesn't even know how to refer to the power structure here.
If you were in the position, what do you think you would do with someone like you?
What would they do with someone like me?
That's what I asked. What would they do? What do you think if something didn't line up in the old audit there? What do you think we should do?
I think that that if I was you if it was me meeting me for the audit on me, knowing what happened last time, I would think that I would be coming here to tell me how happy I am with myself.
All right.
For stepping up and taking care of the Fernando situation by scolding him so badly that he didn't make any more mistakes.
Okay. I can let a note of that here. I'm sure they all will feel the same way, eh?
Of course, that only makes sense.
That only makes sense. It's right.
Only makes sense. I took care of the problem.
I scolded him. No more worries.
Like, Fernando
it's
made
right.
a huge mistake.
Big mistake. Whoopsie.
Right, and then
exactly.
And then no harm, no foul.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Right.
Perfect. And he's kind of sweating a little bit, and you can kind of see he very heavily powders his face. And you can kind of see it's starting to run streaks in his powdering.
Starting to turn into cake batter on his face.
He's kind of cake battering his face a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did his eyes glaze over at all when he was telling that story?
No.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Actually, Tiger, roll 2d6 +1.
Oh dang.
Wow. He was he was almost completely lying about that whole thing.
Oh my god.
I think we had a sense.
Yeah, it was all bullshit almost from the first word to the last.
I say that is a very interesting story. One follow-up question. Do you think we're stupid?
No. Whoa. Well, did Fernando say that? Whoa, Fernando, you gotta watch your language. With respect to these people. Whoa, no, I would never. I would, if I see Fernando, I'll give him a very bad scolding. If he said anything like that, never would I think you're stupid.
So, real quick, the surrounding room that we're in, are there windows and are they like crudely boarded up?
There are windows, and you can't tell if they're board. Well, you didn't see any boards from the outside, but there are very heavy curtains and drapes and blinds drawn in front of all of them.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm trying to establish if the rules of vampires are the same in this universe, essentially.
Oh yeah, it seems like these are blocking as much light as humanly possible.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think you're stupid at all. I think you're probably very smart because you're obviously very smart.
Then why lie to us? Yerby. Host Yerby.
Yes.
You know what this is. We all like lying, right, everybody? We like to lie, right?
No.
Lie every
Well,
single
there's
day of your
the
life.
See, that was a lie.
So you see?
Okay.
We
yes.
understand.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, it's possible that perhaps, and I would probably need more evidence before I believe this was true. Perhaps Fernando was stealing a bit from me, but I think it was an honest mistake. And I have worked twice as hard to make up the difference. So books all balanced now.
Did that seem truthful?
Yeah, that seemed much more truthful.
I'll nod, satisfied.
And he's dead now, so he can't steal anymore. And you actually, like, you see a bit of a tear start to
Yeah.
well up in his
Interesting.
eye when he says that.
Huh.
Is there any way to tell, did he do it or did the auditors?
I mean, you had a 12 on that kind of
Oh,
insight
that's
check.
true.
He did it. He was the one.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad though. Okay, thank you.
Hardcore, man.
All gone. No more stealing.
Bye bye.
He's just
Yeah,
idly eating.
bye-bye.
He's idly still just eating his dinner.
Bye bye.
All problem solved.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people who value the work.
That's what I always say.
So when are you gonna get a new one?
Boy, replacement for Fernando. Oh, I don't know. Probably pretty soon.
Oh gosh.
Probably just need to find the right one. And who cares about Fernando? It's easy to find another one of them.
Maybe it's not a spell and it's just terrible trauma that's making him forget.
I wonder, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you had a 12. I'll say that seems to kind of ring true.
Yeah, okay. Oh man, poor little dude.
What seems to ring true?
That the reason that his memory is so bad is like trauma.
Oh
He's
god.
actively repressing it kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Oh god.
Yeah, like his brain refuses to accept
Yeah.
that Fernando's dead.
Okay, holy shit.
Poor Yerby. Well, poor Fernando, I guess, really.
Well, it's almost time for sleeping, sweet dreams, and having a nap.
All right, we can do that, I suppose.
And then in the morning, we can all go to the office and can check the books, see that nobody's stealing anymore.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Fernando will show you to your rooms, and I'll have him wake you in the morning. So for our trip to the office.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Fernando, they're ready for bed.
Oh, jeez.
Feeling a little bad for him, I just say, why don't you go on to rest? We'll wait here for Fernando.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of stands up, and he's kind of dabbing his eyes a little bit with the tablecloth. And when he stands up, he's still holding the tablecloth, and everything gets yanked a little bit, and all the candelabras fall over, all the glasses fall. Everything kind of tips and spills all over, and he just kind of stands there and stares at it, and then his eyes well up with tears, and he just turns and walks out of the room.
Oh, jeez. Why can't anything go right?
Boy, that Yerby is a tragic figure.
Not gonna make it.
It doesn't seem it.
He's gonna wash the fuck out, not cut out for it here.
Yep.
Too soft.
Too soft for this business.
Uh-huh.
What did you make of him, Sebastian?
Holy shit, I forgot he was here.
Yeah, I
He
get
was
that
observing.
a lot. Poor unfortunate soul. That's about all I got.
Truly, yeah.
Yeah, true enough. True enough. He does seem to be a
Should we
troublesome.
leave before morning, or do we want to stick with them and go to the place?
Well, what the fuck are we even supposed to do here? I don't know about y'all, but I was given very vague things to do.
Extremely vague.
Get there, get this, do that. Who the fuck, what are we doing?
Gotta find
Well,
the
yeah,
boss.
yeah.
Right.
Make our
Well-
way up through there, yeah. And we got to
I-
find him, find out what he's planning to do, destroy it.
Whoa,
And get a
whoa,
what? What?
why? You know how the house might have ears.
What do you mean? What is
Well-
he gonna do? Do you think he's in any sort of position to report anything accurately? Can't even remember what you had for lunch?
That's a good point, but there could be other people.
Right, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Well, I guess we do want to go into the city and see more corporate things.
Yes, indeed. I say we milk this for as long as we can, because
Okay.
right now we're good. I mean, if somebody who's going to hang on our every word.
Well, I think I'm gonna snoop. Anyone want to snoop?
Absolutely.
Let's snoop.
That's Snoopy Snoop.
Are there any, is there like a sideboard in here? Basically, I'd like to open every drawer in the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you guys are very close to the kitchen. And in the kitchen, lots of cutlery, lots of bowls, lots of wine glasses. A bunch of cutlery that does not get used. Some of it's rusted, lots of it has dust on it. You open up some of the other drawers in like the dining room and the grand room, the living room kind of thing. You find letter openers, you find stamps with like a wax seal stamps kind of thing. You find daggers, you find a collection of swords all over the place. You find well, why don't you go ahead and roll a flat 2d6.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Ooh, no dice.
Ooh, a 6. Yeah, no, you find many bloody handkerchiefs where the corners of someone's bloody mouth has been dabbed. And you find some pillows and some spare blankets and some towels.
Okay, I take this a blanket and I kind of just drag it around with me as we're going. 'Cause I might
Okay,
use
yep.
it. I might need it, so I'm just gonna drag it around.
Yep, that's fair. And you guys go through bedrooms, many bedrooms. You go through a couple sitting rooms and smoking rooms. You find no one else here. In fact, no real signs of anyone else being here until you get to kind of the main entrance lobby area, where there is a staircase going downstairs, and you do hear some kind of sound coming from down there, and it sounds kind of like feet stepping on moss.
That's interesting.
It's very
Yeah.
faint. It's hard to hear, but you just hear something down coming from the basement that sounds like feet stepping on moss.
Did we see which way Yerby went? Probably not.
No, he just went like down a hallway and then just kind of disappeared.
Interesting.
What do you think that sound's coming from?
I don't know, but we gotta find out, right?
I think maybe we should.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Well,
I'm quick on my feet. I can take a peek.
we're here from the audit. Shouldn't we be entitled to see whatever we want of the property? Not exactly up to him to say no, is it?
Oh, that's, you know what? Well done.
I have a blanket. I could say we're looking for beds.
There you go.
You could just say that Fernando never showed up. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Okay.
say Fernando set us down here.
Oh, I wonder if that
would break him, though.
Well, too bad. Listen, we need to start leaving those sort of things behind.
Hmm.
Right?
No
It's
room for
necessary.
soft feelings.
That's right, no more room.
All right, well, let's go then.
All right.
super sneaky, like light on our feet.
Okay, I will have each of you roll a just straight 2d6 as stealth checks.
Is everyone okay with it?
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Wait, I'm
Not
sorry. Did
great.
you say? I'm sorry. What you said? What?
I said time for a stealth check. Just a straight
Will-
2d6.
Will Bishop have better luck?
It's a good question.
Ooh.
No.
Fuck.
Asked and answered.
Okay, so you have 2 total failures, 1 total success. Sebastian, give it a shot.
Okay, roll 20. Nice to see you. So, how's your day going?
Does roll 20 want to
Seriously?
cooperate?
There it is, my
Hey, okay. 2 failures, 1 success, 1 mixed success. I'll say you guys are kind of headed down the stairs into the basement, and as you're walking down the stairs, there's like this orange flickering light coming around, like it kind of bends to the left, curves to the left. The staircase does, and it's this kind of orange flickering light, getting closer or like getting brighter as you go down, and then Rippy, you slip on a stair that's kind of not nailed down very well. Like the back of the board kind of lifts up, and your foot slips, and you slam your heel on the step in front of it, and it makes this very loud clunk.
Okay.
And you kind of slip forward, and you knock Bishop Kane just completely over. And Bishop, you just go fucking ass over tea kettle down about 10 stairs in a loud smashing. Crashing.
What the fuck was that?
6 versus 5, man. 6 versus 5.
Fuck.
And then you kind of stop, and you are now closer down there. It's quite warm down here. It's probably causing those of you who are kind of
Run hot.
yeah, those of you who run hot probably to sweat a little bit. And that sound is more like feet stomping on moss now that you're kind of down here.
Oh, weird.
But the sound doesn't change. You don't hear any voices. You don't hear anything. All you hear is you hear the kind of feet stepping on moss. And then you hear kind of a what does this sound like? It sounds kind of like sticks being dropped constantly. Like sticks are dropped, then a couple stomps on moss. Sticks are dropped, a couple stomps on moss, kind of thing.
In the same room, kind of thing. All coming from the same room.
All coming from just ahead of you. Would you guys like to proceed further down the stairs?
Yeah.
Slowly, if we
Okay.
can.
We
Yeah.
gotta know.
Yep. Okay. You come to the bottom of the stairs, and you see there's kind of a hallway ahead of you, with a giant furnace at the very back. That's what's making this like flickering orange light, is this huge, ungodly, massive furnace that you could probably put bodies into. And to the left and right of the hallway, so the furnace is kind of at the very back end of the hallway, and to the left and right of the hallway are multiple rooms with iron doors on them and little barred windows that look into the rooms. And the sounds seem to be coming from the rooms.
I turn to the party and say, long-term guests.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you think that means?
Oh, they have to stay a long time because they're locked. That's what they're locked in the doors.
Okay. So you're not saying that they're like, undead?
I didn't even think of that.
What if that's the sound we're hearing? What if that's the sound of wood or whatever? What if it's bones? Yeah. Something to consider anyway.
I sniff the air.
Ooh. You smell blood.
Ooh.
Oh.
Lots and like an overwhelming stench of blood.
What you smell?
Blood.
Well,
A lot of blood.
kind of makes sense what with the old...
And Rippy gestures to like holding his hand like fangs and stabbing them in the side of his neck.
Kind of makes sense. It smells like blood, isn't it?
It does.
Yeah, well. Right, okay, so what do we do now that we got this information? Should we go and see what's in one of them? Can we? Anyone know how to get in there?
There's like a window with bars that you can just kind of look through.
Oh, okay. And what do we see?
You look through it?
Yep.
Just like a little peek, a little ziggy up the, you know what I mean? Just the nose.
Yep. You see one person is standing there being hit in the chest and stomach with hammers.
Okay.
Which is the kind of smacking sound, the feet stomping on moss. You realize that is
no.
a person just being hit over and over and over again with a claw hammer.
Oh, okay.
And the person who is doing the hitting is being whipped by a cat of nine tails, which is the sticks dropping sound that you're hearing.
Okay.
And the person who is whipping with the cat of nine tails is standing on hot broken glass while small drips of hot oil are being dripped onto them.
What the fuck?
And they're just standing there in this kind of circle of torture.
Go on.
And is this is happening in all the rooms or in just one?
As you look through the other rooms, like it's just more and more of these weird, obscure tortures, like a 2x4 with nails in it, kind of being hit into a person's back over and over and over again.
Oh my god!
Or
what the fuck?
A
That's pretty
person with
messed up.
like steel-toed boots, just kind of walking on a guy's feet over and over and over again, kind of thing.
Oh my god! What in the fuck?
Are they wearing any sort of clothing that is identifying, like a uniform from the company that they work at, kind of thing?
Yeah, so you've seen two other people here. The person that got cut up for your food and the person who did the cooking of the food. And they both had ripped up garments very similar to these people. And you were told that person was an employee, so you do gather that these are all employees.
Okay.
Hey, can I talk to them? Do you mind?
I ask my party.
The people in these rooms?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. What's Yerby gonna do? Say no? What is he gonna do? Say no to you?
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Go ahead.
I'll go and just walk up like very visibly to one of the doors where they're positioned in such a way that they would see it. So if they're just facing like side by side, maybe not that one, but like if anyone's facing the front, I'd go to that door.
Yep. Yeah. There's a person there who somebody is attempting to stab them with a butter knife, just over and over and over again, just stabbing them, more just kind of bludgeoning them with the fine side of the butter knife, making lots of bruises, many small scrapes, but no actual stabs.
Greetings. Why were you chosen?
Well.
Oh,
And you can see he has no tongue.
this one doesn't have a tongue.
Ask the next one.
Hey, stabber. Person who stabs. Why were you chosen?
Uh-oh.
Mamba. And he doesn't have a tongue.
Something my number? This one also does not have a tongue.
Strange.
Hey, a yes or no question. Do any of you have tongues? Okay, thank you. Well, that's gonna make conversation a little more difficult.
You might be able to ask him yes or no questions.
Good idea.
Do you all work for Yerby's company? Okay. Any of you changing? Going through, the change? Oh. My condolences.
The guy says as he's just like,
Yeah, exactly.
She's really giving her there.
Do you all have any? I can't think of anything else to ask these folks.
Yeah, I can't think of much. Well, we know what's in the basement now. Is there a reason that you're here doing this to each other? Is it something other than someone just wanting to watch you torture yourselves? Are they collecting something from you doing this? Oh. Are you being punished? Oh. Did you do something wrong? Was it probably something pretty little? Okay, now I understand what's going on here. Okay. All right, well, this is where they go for being bad boys.
Oh, well, that's good then.
Well,
Probably stole a stapler.
Probably something like that.
precisely what I was thinking. What do you think, Sebastian?
I have this. Call it a feeling.
Right.
Okay. Question for you all. And he's talking to the
prisoners kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many of you are here for liking soup?
Oh no!
Oh, this world is horrible. What a sad, lonely world. What a world that doesn't know what it's missing right here. Oh, how sad. Oh, no.
Well, just be careful now. You never know who's listening. You know what, with Great Day and all.
I think like Rippy does some like weird zigzag version of like signing himself and looks straight up to the sky.
May the Creator look favorably upon us. Okay. Well, what do you think?
I'd like to quickly take a look at this furnace over here.
Big enough for bodies in a way that was kind of foreshadowing-y. So I just want to see if there's any clues, maybe a scrap of clothing or something like that.
Yeah, you go up to the furnace and you kind of like take a look inside, and it's huge in there. Much fire, many teeth.
I want to look. I just want to say that I'm looking in a way that's like I'm not going to bend over, so it'd be easy to push me in it. I want to look from the side. Yeah.
Why did you look at me when you said that?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of teeth in there.
Very teeth centric kind of furnace over here, guys.
Okay.
Yep, you get the feeling many bodies have been disposed of in there.
Too many, I think, to have any meaning or information that would be valuable to us, I think. So
Yeah,
probably
just
good.
that
Yeah, probably good.
Many employees definitely get the old furnace treatment.
Well, okay. Anything else down here?
Is there any other sort of like rooms or large features in this area that that seem to be noteworthy?
No, I would say in general, it looks like this is just the place where he takes his employees who deserve to be punished, and they punish each other.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yep. And if they don't last through the punishment, or if the offense is egregious enough, it's the old furnace treatment afterwards.
Oh my God.
Good old Sinji.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
I imagine they give the furnace a nickname like Sinji or Little Sinji.
Yeah,
or Mr.
Feels
Bakes
right.
or something.
Yeah, Mr. Bakes. Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess Rippy would be prepared to basically go back and see if we can find our host again and figure out where the hell maybe we should go next after this.
Yeah, maybe sleep even.
Yeah, sleep is probably a good idea too.
Yep.
Do you think we should ask to stay the night?
I got the impression that Yerby was sleeping, and then in the morning, we would all go to the office and look at the books. But he is a vampire, so I don't really know about
I
morning
see.
travel. Yeah.
Okay, so, right, well then, I suppose maybe it's off to bed. Well, is there somewhere else you want to see? There's got a second story. Maybe we should go and take a look at the kitchen, see if we can talk to the cook who, cooked up the old...
And Rippy's rubbing his stomach.
Nom, 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 nom. You know?
Ooh. Oh, I think he might have been eaten
I think that was
throat-wise.
the one with the throat. Yeah.
Oh, right, shoot. Gotta say, the employment turnover in this place pretty rapid.
Very
Pretty
high percentage
rapid.
of turnover, yes.
Very high. Very high. Okay, well,
Maybe there's a study with books.
true. Why don't we go and take a look, see if there's a study with some books?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys, you leave the basement. The rest of the house seems very, very silent. And you walk around until you do find a very large study, basically a library. This mansion is huge. This is some Castlevania shit. So you come to the study, which is basically like a giant library, and there are many books in here. Lots and lots and lots of books about the efficiency of the bottom line and how to make profits in a world that doesn't need cars. Like lots and lots and lots of business books, lots of legends of famous vampires. Like, it's like half books on how to have a successful business.
Oh my
And
God.
half books on famous vampires of history.
Evil automate. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that train left the station without me.
Evil Automakers Monthly or whatever.
yeah.
Are there any books on theology or just power in this world?
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Interesting question. Roll a flat 2d6.
Ooh,
Okay,
just.
mixed success. I will say that there is a small desk in this room with that looks like it has taken much more care than all the rest. It is a desk with a small red cushion on it, and on top of the cushion is a black little lockbox.
What do you make of this? Look at this thing.
What do you think he's got in here?
Can I smell it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna roll with your mixed success. I will say you smell dust, you smell a little bit of grease, and you smell mixed success. Yeah, that's all you smell with a mixed success.
It doesn't smell dangerous.
Maybe
I
it's
say as
just
if I know.
empty. Can you
I
get
poke
in
it.
there?
I just poke it a little bit with a paw.
The box?
A quick poke, yeah.
It explodes. No.
Today I prepared explosive.
No, it just it just kind of tips back a bit when you poke it.
Is there any writing on the desk that would indicate? Yeah, or a seat where you could tell where the person using the box would sit or anything like that?
It's you know what? It's actually more of like a plinth or
I see.
like a podium kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of in a place of importance. Not really a desk you'd sit at. More like this is where the box goes.
This is the box area.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless somebody wants to stop me, I would try to open it.
Go. I ain't stopping you. Go right ahead.
Do it.
Okay, so it does have a locked keyhole on it. How are you tackling the locked keyhole?
I look on, the pillow? I look under the pillow. Is there a key under there?
No, there's no key under there.
Okay,
That's an
okay.
excellent idea, though.
Is there a desk in here?
Yes, yep. There are definitely multiple reading desks.
If there's a desk with drawers, like a writing desk or something like that, I would look in there to see if there's any keys.
Yeah. You look through all the drawers. I will say you probably find a key or two, but none of them fit the lock
fit.
on the lockbox.
Can I try and put my claw in there? See if that helps?
Yeah. If you want to use one of your claws, I'll let you.
What are you gonna do?
I'll let you try to use one of your claws,
Okay.
and you can roll for it. And it's just going to be straight 2d6. If you get a 10 or higher, success. If you get a 7 to 9, fail. And if you get less than a 6, you're going to lose the claw and take some damage.
Ooh, ow. How long will that take to regenerate, or does it?
I don't know if do cats regenerate claws?
I don't think so.
Fantasy cats, maybe.
Yeah.
Cats,
What
maybe.
about
I
whatever I am?
would just like to say for a record that a cat can literally be declawed. So
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's true. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if that was like removal of the nail bed or something. I have no idea how it works.
Just the nail, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you're gonna lose the claw.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I'll have a box in my hand and a claw extended and ready to put into the hole, kind of thing, and then just kind of look wide-eyed at the rest of the party real quick.
I'm shaking my head. No,
No, don't do it.
I would try to find something else other than your finger.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything I can use to wedge and just crack it open?
There's lots of books here. There's some pretty heavy books.
Just smash it.
What else is there here?
Well, I mean, there's got to be something. Is there a fireplace?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean like You want like one of those fire pokers?
Yeah. Can I get like a fire poker and use that to levy it open?
Okay. I will give you kind of the same. I
don't give a shit if I break it. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So like a less than 6 will destroy whatever's in the box.
Oh, whatever's inside the box.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like a super fail will obliterate the box and whatever's inside of it.
Ah, shit. Okay, all right.
One.
Oh, shit balls. Okay. And there's a keyhole?
There is a keyhole, yep.
Can we just look for a damn key?
I mean, Tiger was kind of looking for a key, came up empty-handed.
I don't think my guy can. I was gonna say, can I just pick the lock? And who's got a hairpin?
That's kind of the question, right? What would you guys pick the lock with?
Rippy's all out of tools.
You're all ne'er-do-wells, aren't you? You should know how to pick locks.
I'm a lawyer.
The ne'er-do-well.
I'm an upstanding businessman. I'll have you know, reputable. Shame on you. Well, why do we really need to know what's in there anyway? Could be nothing.
There's something in there, and we gotta know.
You know what?
I think Rippy would take it and smack it on the joint.
It's gonna be kind of the same thing. I'll let it's tough to open it like that.
Okay.
But I'll give you a chance to open it with a 10 plus. A 7 to 9 will mean it doesn't open and nothing happens. And a 6 or lower means you obliterate the box and whatever's inside of it.
Oh God. Okay, no, I'll hold off on that one for now.
We keep you.
Why did you just hesitate? You know what? Just do it. And I go to crack it open.
Oh God.
With the fire poker.
Yep.
Yeah, you just smash it with the fire poker. It makes a loud clang, but it does not open.
Oh damn. Well, I tried my best. Who wants to try next?
Well, why do we really need to know what's in there anyway, eh?
Schrodinger's cat, of course.
Who's Schrodinger? What do we need to know what's wrong with his cat?
Exactly.
All right.
Can I try again?
Are there pens?
You can
and stuff
try
on
as
them?
many times as you'd like until you succeed or destroy it.
I feel like this is a red herring. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like he's having so much fun fucking with us right now. Ha!
Nice.
Yes.
Look at that. So you take one swing and you just kind of smash it, and the fire poker kind of bangs off the edge, kind of thing. So you kind of stand it up on its edge with the keyhole poking, kind of pointing up, and you just drive the pointy end of the fire poker straight into the keyhole, and it goes straight in, snaps the mechanism. You give it a twist, and it pops open, and a small black book pops out.
Oh, that's probably really important.
I'll open the book.
Carefully. It could be cursed.
Don't read the Latin. Don't read the Latin. Don't read the Latin.
Definitely don't read it out loud. Do not read it out loud.
So what you see are you see a number of symbols that you don't understand. And I think with the don't read the Latin mentality, you don't spend too long looking at the symbols. You just kind of flick past them. Then you do see some diagrams, which at first don't really make sense. It's a lot of words with lines between them, and symbols beside them. Then you see a page that has a number 1 on it. And then at the very back of the book, you see a list of rules.
Oh.
And listed among there are never attack ascended without permission, never show leniency, a lack of fear is a failure and will be punished, and a number of other rules, but those are kind of the big ones that jump out.
So you said there was a bunch of weird symbols. There's a page with the number 1, and then there's a list of rules, including like never show leniency. What was on the other pages?
There was also one with a diagram with like words on it and symbols next to the words and lines kind of connecting the words.
Gotcha. Okay.
And another one, another rule that you see that probably jumps out at you is in the matter of dealing with a changed one, the highest ranking ascended is tasked with dealing with the situation.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's the book that you found.
I kind of want to memorize those symbols, but I'm frightened.
I really want to get a good look at those symbols, fellows. I think, what if we just kind of do a
look quickly and then look away?
I think that's a great way to get your eyes exploded.
Okay.
True. That's a good way to word it. It's precisely what I'd be worried about. One little looky do and then kaplow.
Yep.
Terrible.
Righto. Okay.
We can always have one of the people without tongues read it.
Oh. How would they communicate what
True.
it was?
Well, it's more of if they read it and don't go insane.
Ah.
But how would we know if they read it and it didn't do anything, or if they just can't read?
Or if they're already insane from the torture.
Or if they read it and that's why they're crazy. The mystery deepens.
Well, then I got nothing.
Fair enough.
All right, well, I'll just put the book in my pocket.
Ooh.
Not too scared of Yerby?
No.
Yeah, fair.
I think we've gotten him well scared. And if we don't have him well scared, perhaps having this would become
yes,
useful.
If he notices that it's gone, then it's like we confiscated his badge, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, well, shit. I guess it's time for bed then, I guess. Unless there's something else we can explore.
That's a good point. Is there anything else that we can explore? Anything else that seems like it might be without fucking with the house, or large switches, or potential traps and pitfalls and fucking boulders that are kind of come crashing through? Is there other shit we can check out?
Any candlesticks?
Can we find a computer to like just Google what the fuck is going on in this universe?
Oh yeah, computers.
Yeah, this house, very low tech. Like you literally saw electric lamps on the street outside. The guy literally says he uses Excel to do his job. His company builds cars, and this house is literally like it's taken from the fucking 1500s.
I like that this is an alternate universe of a horror industrial horribleness, but you know, Microsoft Office is still here.
Microsoft Office is definitely
That's
still.
a constant, yeah.
They use forcing people to use Microsoft Excel as a torturous form of work.
Oh, for sure.
So sorry, did you say that there was anything else to explore, or not really?
No, not that I can think of that you guys haven't already kind of checked out.
Yeah, so bedtime, I guess.
Awesome.
Okay. Yep. You guys go to bed. Where do you guys go to bed? Do you just pick any old rooms you can find, kind of thing?
Well, I was gonna say, because I'm kind of curious. Can I? I was wondering if Rippy would be able to try to find where Yerby is sleeping just to see what he's doing. Is he hanging from a ceiling? Is he laying in a coffin with his arms crossed over his chest? What is he doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, roll sixes, just straight 2d6. See if you can.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, 9. That's pretty good. You kind of wander around the house, kind of trying to look for where Yerby might be sleeping, which would be weird because he's a vampire and they don't usually sleep at night. They sleep during the day. But after looking around for a while, you do come to a room that is very clearly the master bedroom. It's got 2 huge swing double doors. It's got a like relief of Yerby's face on the right hand door, and then it's got a little sign kind of hanging from one of the ornate knobs that says vampire only room.
Okay.
But the doors are closed.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But you do suspect that he's probably in there.
Okay. And is the door locked?
You haven't tried yet.
Yeah. Rippy would just try to sort of gently push it open.
Yeah, just see if it moves, kind of thing.
Yep.
The knob, like the doorknob, does move freely. Does not seem like it's locked.
Oh, okay. Rippy would slowly creak it open. Though I've considered what'll happen if he wakes up. Don't worry.
Yep. And as you kind of slowly open it, you see a massive coffin that is kind of on a pedestal.
Okay.
On the left-hand side of the room. And as you open it more and more, you do see Yerby hanging upside down from the ceiling with his arms crossed over his chest, and his head is kind of like, it's like his back is to you.
Okay.
But his head is tilted so far back that it's right side up looking at you.
Okay.
And his eyes are wide open, just staring at the door.
Like at where like I came in?
Yeah.
And he's so you're saying he's wide-eyed open staring at me?
His eyes are wide, staring straight at you.
Okay.
Hey, bruv, wondering if you could point me to the loo. What? Wondering.
Twist.
Okay. So I want to see if I can just look around the room and just get a general sort of lay of the land standing in the threshold of the door without going in at all.
Okay, so you're standing at the threshold of the door, and what are you looking for?
Like just seeing if there's anything, like if there's a giant glowing red crystal in the center of the room, or a dude who's chained up in the corner being tortured to death, or something, you know?
You see a vanity. I think that's what it's called. Is that like one of the dressers with the mirrors and all the makeup and stuff?
Yeah.
I think it seems like that would be right.
Yeah, so you see like a giant, ornate, beautiful Victorian vanity with kind of all of the little fold-out pads and things kind of all unfolded with all this makeup and powder and eyeliner and all this makeup all over the place. The mirror is opaque, like it is not reflective. It's just like a white board kind of thing. You see in here, you see some files, you see some daggers and swords, and it very much looks like a vampire's bedroom. There's nothing really. There's a place to make himself look all pretty. You see a wardrobe with all his Victorian clothing in there. You see it's very much a vampire's bedroom. Nothing jumps out as like, oh look, a giant source of evil destruction that we have to deal with.
Okay. I think Rippy would go find a bedroom with a bed to fall asleep in. And before he did that, he would, on his way out of the room, would look for like a quill or something like that to pick up and throw at Yerby before leaving quickly. Like he'd be like standing at the door to throw it at Yerby's face and then leave ideally before he wakes up or whatever.
Okay, all right. Okay, so Rippy's not the quickest person in the world.
Sure.
But I don't think he's necessarily slow.
Sure.
So I'll give you and Yerby is a vampire.
Of course
he
he is,
going
yeah.
to be distracted.
Yep.
So I'll just say a straight 2d6.
Okay.
And standard success failure kind of parameters kind of thing.
Oh dear.
That's okay. If he wakes up, I'm still gonna go with my original plan.
Okay, so you throw a quill at his face and it kind of pokes him in the cheek and leaves like this black spot on his cheek.
Okay.
Beauty mark.
And kind of as it hits him in the face, you turn to leave, but you forget that the doors are pull instead of push.
Okay.
You go the
God.
wrong way on the door as you kind of see your brother go, and he falls from the roof and just kind of smacks his face on the ground. It's like, Fernando! Intruders in the house! Intruders! Oh!
No worries, mate. No worries. It were only me. Just wondering if you could point me to the loo.
You scared the dying night lights out of
The
me.
what? The what?
The dying night lights.
Bit of a weird expression, that
It's
one.
like the living daylights, but for vampires.
Did you do that one yourself?
I thought of it just right now.
Yeah. Do you get paid to make expressions?
No.
Maybe
but I
let's leave
could.
it that way.
Oh.
Okay. Maybe let's
All
leave
right,
that one
well,
up to the professionals, okay?
Sure, not a fan of that one.
Hey, not your best work.
All right, and I shouldn't try to make another.
Nah, you just leave that one behind, eh? Plenty of things you can do. Who knows? Might be wicked good at sewing a pair of mittens, eh?
All right.
Expressions, though, turns of phrase.
All right, and you're looking for
The loo, love. The loo. Looking for the loo.
It's just down the hall,
Down
to the
hall.
left,
To the left.
down the stairs,
Okay, down.
second hallway on the right,
Second.
through
hall.
the bedroom on the
Through
left.
on the left.
Then you're gonna turn around. It's a door you didn't see. Go
Door.
back the way you came,
Back the what?
through the hallway,
Through
into the kitchen,
the hot kitchen.
downstairs.
The stairs.
No, wait.
No.
No.
Oh.
Scratch all that. The first left that I told you to take, it's actually a right there. Then you'll go past
Then the
3 bedrooms.
three.
Then it's your first left
The first left.
on the right.
On the. Right. Cheers. Hey. Good night. Sleep
All right,
tight.
good night.
Don't let
I'll see you in the
the
morning.
don't let the bigger vampires in the middle of the night bite.
The bigger vampires.
Yeah.
You're very
You
good at that.
stupid fucking idiot.
As he closes the door.
I have an extremely important question. What? So he puts on makeup, right?
Yeah.
Can he see himself in the mirror?
Nope.
Okay. Can he see the makeup? Like so that it's like a just a mask?
The mirror's just opaque. Like there's no reflective surface.
Oh.
He just sits in front of it to put his makeup on.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
That went well.
I suppose it did.
Yeah, we got some info.
Time to turn in.
Yes.
I reckon so. Probably best bet. Time for Betty Boy.
Okay. You guys turn in for the night, and you wake up the next morning. What's this one? Is this the right one? Yeah. Okay. The next morning, you wake up, and Yerby kind of like knocks on your doors. Well, actually, he doesn't knock on your door. You just hear him knocking on doors because he has no fucking clue what rooms you went to sleep in. And so you just kind of hear like knocking far away, knocking closer, farther. Then on the other side of the hall, closer, and then he knocks on your door, kind of thing. And he eventually gets you all up, and you all meet in the kind of main lobby. He's like, all right, time to go see the business. I see Fernando forgot to wake you up completely. I must have forgotten he must be at the office already. That's my bad. I should have punished him. already for knowing that he was going to screw up, but in my defense, I didn't know he was so useless. So I'll punish him twice when we get back. Are you ready to go see the business?
I believe so.
Never felt more ready to see a business than I am tonight.
All right. Are any of you flying monsters?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
All right. Then we'll go by teleportation. You don't get to see the city all that much that way, but I mean, honestly, the city's not that great compared to Varna anyway, so who cares?
Hey, there you go. Who cares?
And he pulls out a small piece of chalk and he draws a symbol on the wall. And you immediately recognize it as one of these symbols that you saw from his book. And he says, all right, everybody stand close and I'll take us to the business. And as you guys kind of gather close, he puts his hand on the symbol and the world just kind of like twists and inverts itself for a second. And then you find yourself standing in the kind of, what do you call that? Like when there's a bunch of cubicles all around. What the hell's that?
Cubicle farm?
Cubicle? Is it called I was going to call it a cubicle farm. Is that actually what it's called?
I've heard the expression before. Maybe it's a Canadian, I don't know.
Yeah. You guys are basically standing kind of in the middle of a cubicle farm. There's just kind of gray-blue cubicle dividers, and the room is absolutely packed. Each person here has barely enough space to turn around in their cubicle. They're just kind of slotted in with a computer screen in front of them, and they're just kind of like Bob from The Incredibles, just kind of typing away, looking like they're dying kind of thing. And Yerby says, all right, this is the business. This is where all the good stuff happens. You guys, and he starts doing like finger guns at everybody in there. Oh, doing so good. Look at those numbers and those sheets. Oh, would hate to have to kill you if they're wrong. And then he's like, all right, my room is on the top floor. Obviously, I'm the most important person here. After you right now, you're the most important now. So we'll go up to my room and we can take a look at the books and see what kind of good work these guys are doing, right? And everyone is just kind of like working. A couple of them like, yeah. He's like, I said, what kind of great work you guys are doing? And they're all like, yeah. Except for one guy who goes,
I'm getting the vibe that any good work is rewarded by a pizza party rather than an increase in pay. And
kind of as you guys are walking towards the elevator, he like as you guys are walking by people, he just like punches a guy in the back of the head. And he's like, you better work better there. Didn't like those numbers I saw. Or like he picks up a person's stapler and just kind of throws it across the room. He's like, you better go get that or else it's punishment time. And then one guy, he kind of like grabs the back of their chair and starts like pulling them out of their little slot in the middle of their typing, and you can kind of see they start like as they're getting pulled away, the numbers going to the wrong column kind of thing. And he's like, uh-oh, looks like you made a mistake. Oh, it's going to be punishment time. And as he's saying that, it's the guy who screamed earlier, and his arm just explodes.
Oh my God.
Blood and blood veins and bones, just like a shrapnel grenade, explode all over you guys and kind of all over the room.
Oh my God.
there's this weird like writhing tentacle beneath it, and they start just screaming at you as their face starts to kind of creak and break as it turns upside down.
What the
But
fuck?
only their face, not their head.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then they kind of make a gagging sound as a dozen eyeballs on strings fall out of their mouth.
Ew.
Their face is upside down. And then their feet start kind of hardening and turning into tree stumps and kind of growing into the ground. And then they attack you.
What the fuck?
And they kind of lash out with their weird bloody tentacle, and they start just thrashing around trying to kill you.
Yerby, handle your employees.
When you say that, Yerby looks at you in like
Oh god.
shock and horror.
Oopsie daisy.
As you remember from the book you saw,
Oh yeah, never lose control.
the most advanced ascended always deal with changed ones.
Oh yeah, they did say that, didn't they?
Oh god.
Yeah. So he looks at you and says, I would never do that. I'm sorry you even thought that you needed to say that.
Well done, Yerby.
Well done, old
All
chap.
yours to handle as you will. This is all. I'm not even here. All yours. And he kind of takes a step back as this weird mouth eyeball tentacle tree person is just screaming and flailing. They turn around so fast and whip their tentacles so hard they cut another employee in half by hitting him by whipping their tentacles so hard.
Holy fuck.
Oh dear. This is a situation.
And it just like turns and starts smashing down the cubicles. People start running away as it like grabs them with the tentacle and constricts them until they pop, kind of thing.
What?
And Yerby's like, anytime now, you got this, guys.
What do you think? What are we supposed to do here? Anyone have any ideas, any recommendations?
Yeah, let's kill it.
What are you gonna kill it with? Hey, a law book?
Or we could lure it outside.
Hey, where do you keep your armory?
I don't.
All right, righto.
You know, monster time and the monsters and go. Monster, go. You got this.
I need you to explain monster time, righto. No need to explain that.
Yep.
Understood the monster time thing.
Yep. You could just go monster time and deal with it before he kills all of my employees.
Just how the old
And Rippy points upwards.
Just how the old knows. How would you do with this if it were you personally? If we weren't here, because
if it was me,
we can't write down what you would do because we're here right now. But if we weren't, what would you do?
I'd probably tree stump legs look pretty slow. Probably go for like a diving thing, get under him, and then just kind of like bite him and rip him open and and tear his arms off and strangle him with his own tentacle kind of thing.
I think Rippy would just turn wide-eyed and stare at the rest of the party and like slowly lift his hands up to either side. Like,
You're not sure I could fucking do that.
Well, it's good you have your standard operating procedures in place.
I put down lots of changed ones. This one doesn't even look. He's killing a lot of people, though. I think it might be time for the monster time. Go monsters! You could just turn right into monsters. That's okay.
Oh,
I prefer not.
What's-
I don't like showing that side to people I've just met.
No, of course not. But he's killed like 20 people now.
Wow.
And it's just, I would do it. but you know I can't.
Maybe we'd better leave you here while you take care of it, eh? You know, why don't we just go to another room? Prefer not to work on an empty stomach. You know how it is.
Is there anything I can hit this with? Like, is there any sort of weaponry, a bat, a big steel pipe? Is there anything I can hit this thing with?
I mean, there's computer monitors, there's chairs, cubicle walls, there's staplers, there's some scissors.
I will. There's computers?
Yep.
Are they run off of electricity?
Yep.
I will grab a wire.
Yeah.
I will essentially, I'll grab like the computer plug, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna unplug it from the wall. I'm gonna strip off the cables, and then I'm gonna plug it back into the wall and just like wait for it to approach me.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. When you do that, Yerby's kind of looking at you like, that's a weird monster power.
It's called using your brain. If I transform, I lose this. And I kind of like point at my suit. I like this suit.
Of course, that makes sense. And the weird mouth eyeball tentacle tree monster just kind of charges right at you, Bishop, and it swings at you.
I'm gonna say, like, Bishop is trying his best to keep up the persona, but he is shitting himself.
This thing, like I said, the head is right side up, the face is upside down, and it puked out a dozen eyeballs. So this thing is not a pretty sight.
So what I'm gonna do is, like, I want its first point of contact to be this live wire. I'm just gonna like if it's, I'm just trying, like, it's trying to swipe at me. In my mind, in Bishop's mind, is this thing's just trying to give me a high five. So I'm gonna do that right back. I know how to do a high five. That's simple. So instead of a high five, it's gonna be a really high electrocute five. I'm gonna hold the wire wherever this claw's coming to hit me.
Yep. Okay. Roll. I mean, you're kind of prepared, but I don't know that you've ever fought something like this before. Roll a 2d6 plus 1.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's not going to go great for you.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
What?
We haven't rolled stats yet, so I don't know what my health is.
Yeah, I mean, in general, 12 is on the low side, 20 is on the high side for health, kind of thing. So a 10 feels
Ouch.
devastating. A 10 is very, very painful. It is at least half your health, and probably somewhere more closer to 3/4. As this tentacle kind of comes down at you, and you kind of whip out the electrified cable, and it's just like, it's not quite enough, and this giant tentacle just slams down on you and smashes you to the ground, and you take 10 points of damage, which is a lot.
I was just hoping, like, I'd go to, like, move the cord, but it's just too short because it's a 3-foot cable.
Con, that's exactly what happens. You go to do the high five, you pull the cable, it only goes about halfway, and then you get smashed in the face by the tentacle.
Well, that's not how that's supposed to work.
Ooh.
All right. Monster time.
Is there anything sentimental in the cubicle?
From the person?
Yeah.
At this point, most of it's destroyed, but it was basically just work supplies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
We could lure him into the elevator, maybe?
Question. Do they have those cans of compressed air that you use to clean out computers?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm taking a few of those. I'm turning those motherfuckers upside down. I'm gonna spray them in the eyes.
Oh, nice.
And all his little 12 little mouth eyeballs.
Mm-hmm. Get them in the most sensitive part.
Okay, roll.
To at least build a smoke screen.
Yeah, roll a 2d6 plus 1.
I'll take it.
Hey, a 10. That's a full success. Kind of as it's kind of thrashing and flailing around after having slammed Bishop Kane so badly, it kind of spins, and you just grab a couple cans, just go right into its eyes, and it just kind of howls in pain as its eyes immediately dry out and kind of crust over a little bit.
Ew.
And it just starts thrashing like crazy, wildly. And Yerby's like, okay, unorthodox.
So when the rule book said, you know, the most senior ascended is to deal with the changed.
Yeah.
Are there any more specifications than that? Like, does it literally mean it is expected that that person will kill the whatever, or is it more like they have to be the one that comes up with the solution? Does that make any sense? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think it's not specific. I think it is very clearly written that the implication, like any reading, surface and deeper, very obviously means that the higher ranked ascended kills the thing.
Okay.
However, it doesn't actually say that the highest ranking ascended must murder to death the changed, right?
Okay,
so it doesn't say that specifically.
Good. So I think Rippy would sort of step forward, like now it's ready. Now Rippy's ready to take his turn. Anyway, he would sort of look at the situation, looking at this guy just ripping everyone to shreds, and just sort of casually taking in the whole scene. Would then turn to Yerby and say,
"Aye, what do you say your turnover rate for employees is here? How quickly can you get more in to take their place when something happens?"
I mean, 5 or 10 I can get pretty quick. 20 or 30 takes a little longer. Anything more is going to be tough.
Right, okay, makes sense.
And so looking into this cubicle farm, Rippy would basically look for the people that are looking directly at us to see what the fuck is going on. Like, what is the leadership doing here to protect them, to solve this problem? And Rippy would count out 30 people.
You, and you, and you. Grab his legs and grab his tentacles. Go.
Like he's gonna now mobilize the workers to try to lock this thing down so that we can step in and just stomp on its head or whatever.
And they all kind of turn to look to Yerby for a second, and Yerby looks fucking horrified. Like, what are you looking at me for? Grab his fucking arms and legs! And they all get up and they just start like fucking 5 just get cut in half with a giant tentacle whip as they're making their way there. The rest are just like screaming as they grab onto the legs. They're getting smashed and just stomped into jelly and jam as if they're fucking like grabbing it and just dying. I will say probably a number of them, probably 10 or 15, managed to hold on to him for a little bit.
Okay.
But boy, they're not having a lot of impact. He is now basically a screaming bloody blender at this point.
Oh God. What I'm wondering is if he's been like immobilized enough, even temporarily, I want Rippy to like look for a heavy object, like a cinder block or like a really heavy vase, and use it as just like he's trying to squish a spider that he doesn't want to touch. He's trying to like smash this thing's head without like touching it, if he can.
That's so amazing. So okay, so this is not like a giant fucking Conan the Barbarian.
No.
This is like
exactly. This is like he's trying to touch it as little as he can. Like, ew.
Okay.
As people are like dying all around him.
Yeah.
He's trying to literally use as little force is required, only because he wants to interact with this thing as little as possible.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I think because you have so many people on it, roll 2d6 plus 1 and roll it twice. You'll take the higher of the two.
Okay.
2d6 plus 15, I think it should be.
Hey! A full fucking 12. So I think what happens is the people are kind of on it and they're kind of slowing it down, and you kind of walk up to its upside down face with all the eyeballs coming out of its mouth, and you kind of like and you kind of smack it with a computer monitor, like a big old school fucking tube monitor like we used to have back in the day kind of thing. and you're like, and you hear like pop, 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 as you realize you hit it,
right in the eyes. No.
And it screeches and kind of it scream because the eyes came out of its mouth, kind of sprays a little bit of eyeball goo on you. And so you're like, oh god, you're like, and so you just kind of like really rapid fire hit a couple more times, like pop, pop, crunch, plap. And you kind of cave in its face quite a bit. As it kind of falls over backwards. It's still alive and thrashing, but it's much more kind of docile at this point.
Ew, ew, ew.
Disgusting. Can I try and help finish it?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
If everyone's holding it, maybe I can break its neck. Just twist it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Roll 2d6 plus 1 and roll it at advantage because it's pretty fucked up now.
Okay. It's loosened.
Okay. Yep. It's in a pretty bad position. So both mixed successes are definitely enough. It's kind of like gurgling and choking on its own eyeballs. And you kind of walk up and you grab its neck and you just like twist it, and it stops moving. And Yerby's kind of standing there, and he's like, okay, you sure handled that. Good job.
You know what they say, hey, Yerby?
I sure do know what they say.
A brilliant person once said you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
A few eggs.
Remember that?
You remember that? Yep. I remember that one like it was yesterday.
Nothing wrong with inspiring the economy a bit, eh?
Yep. Going to have to hire a couple new people, but
there you go. Nothing wrong with a couple of few friendly faces, is it?
Yep. No, that's a good point. Okay. Great work.
This one was so piddling, it didn't seem worth it to turn monster.
No, that's a good point. It was a pretty weak one, to be honest.
Piddling, I say, yes.
Yep,
I want to stand up with the bravest face that I can.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm just kind of like dusting it off, but internally I'm dying.
Yeah. No, it's so many things are broken on the inside. And I think like as you kind of stand up, Yerby kind of points at you. It's like, this guy, I thought he was getting fucked up, but it was a distraction.
Yeah.
That was so clever. I was so worried, but you're fine.
Absolutely fine. I don't remember eating raspberry jam. I just want to spit blood.
Oh, no. God. And he's like, all right, everybody back to work. And they all kind of let go of this giant tentacle monster. And they kind of go back to their cubicles and start working. A couple of them whose cubicles have been destroyed just kind of like they write a couple chairs and put them to where they were sitting, and they just kind of sit there where they would be working, but they're not doing anything. And a couple of them have to kind of like use their foot to push half a friend away from where they should be sitting, kind of thing. Or they have to kind of wipe some blood and bone shards off their seat before they sit down, kind of thing. But they all kind of go back to sitting down. And you guys get into the elevator, and Yerby hits up, and he's just kind of like looking at you guys through the side of his eye.
On the way to the elevator, did we see? Sometimes there's first aid kits like placed around. Did we pass?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can I have grabbed one of those?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna surreptitiously pass it to Bishop in the elevator.
I'll look and just thank you.
Okay, Tiger, go ahead and roll 2d6 plus 1. So did you want him to see you take it off the wall in the first place, or did you want the whole thing to be hidden?
I don't want him. I'd rather him not know how badly hurt Bishop is. So I'd like it to all be hidden.
Yeah. Okay. So roll 2d6 +1 for taking it off the wall.
Hey.
Oh yeah, full. He doesn't even see you take it. So you don't need to hide your passing it because he had no idea you even took it.
Haha. I brought this one from home. Also, he doesn't need it. So
I brought it from home. Also, he doesn't need it. Also, I didn't give it to him.
you didn't see anything. Nobody saw nothing.
Yeah. Okay. And the elevator goes up, and the whole way, Yerby's just kind of telling you about the cars and about his employees and about how it was a terrible waste of meat and blood down there, and how he's now remembering he didn't have breakfast and now he's hungry, kind of thing. And then you kind of get to the top floor, and he walks you into his office.
Oh, when he was saying he was complaining about what just happened, right?
Yeah.
I'll in response to that, I'll say, well, you need to keep the fear up in your employees. You know this, right? A lack of fear is a failure.
I had never thought of using a changed one to drive the fear up.
Yerby, that's why you're you and we're us.
That's so smart. Okay, just a sec. Okay, I'm gonna remember that forever now. Got it.
What was
Great
that?
idea.
What was that you just did?
That was like writing a mental note and putting it in a mental envelope, and then putting a mental address on it and mailing it to myself, and then receiving the mental note to myself and putting it in my mental filing cabinet.
Quite the process, huh?
Well, I'll never forget it now.
Here's the hoping.
I mean, I'll have to open the letter, but I won't forget what's on the letter after I open it and read it mentally.
Boy, that's a convoluted system.
Never fails. Never fails. Fernando always tells me how impressed he is with my filing system.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean.
So you guys get to the top floor, and you get to Yerby's office, which has like, it's got giant windows on the far side, which have just like curtains upon curtains upon blinds upon curtains upon draped blankets upon everything in front of them, kind of thing. On the sides of the office, it's like it's pretty grand size wise. Like it would probably take you boy, I don't know how square footage works. It would take you probably 20 big steps to go from the elevator to his desk, if that makes sense size wise.
Okay.
And along the way there are busts of famous people on the left and right hand side leading to his desk.
Ooh.
And as you guys are kind of walking between these busts towards the desk, you notice that each one of them has fangs, and these are all definitely very famous vampires.
Oh, I was like, fellas, each one of them fellas.
No. And kind of as you're going by them, he's like, this one was Alfred. He killed 23 people in a minute. Absolutely impressive. This one's Bertram. He had the highest profit margins 3 years in a row. Absolutely incredible vampire. This one, and he's just kind of like listing off all the incredible things that these vampires have done. Some of them are acts of like brutal physical violence and terror. Other ones are incredible business acumen, and it kind of seems like in equal measure. And then he gets to the desk, and he pulls out a couple very large binders, and he's like, I used to keep this on the laptop, but then I didn't. So now I've got them on the binders. And which fiscal year are you hoping to look for?
I'll say the most recent.
The most recent fiscal year. Okay. So this is the one with Fernando Whoopsie in it.
All right, let me have it here.
Okay, so you could see here, that's the amount I said, right? But here's the amount that was missing very regularly, and that's what Fernando was taking. So then you can see here, later, I cut all the employee wages. We lost a lot to starvation, but that's okay. I don't care about that. And then we started using cheaper metal for the cars and lots of accidents, but we don't care about that. And we were able to make up the losses from Fernando's shenanigans, and we're back where we should be, basically.
Can I look at the numbers and deduce if Fernando's embezzling was actually just Fernando buying office supplies or some shit?
Oh shit! Oh no!
Yeah. Okay. Roll 2d6 plus 2. This is definitely in your wheelhouse. Okay. Yeah. With an 8, that's a pretty strong mixed success. This looks like pretty minor embezzling. It's not office supplies small, but it's like Fernando wanted to buy himself a new pack of Magic the Gathering cards. You know, this could be a couple $100. He probably wanted to go on a vacation, and there's like $1,000 here. Like, it's weird amounts. It's like one is like $1,276.23. One is $428.13. These are all like very weirdly specific amounts. You get the feeling possibly Yerby gave Fernando the business credit card sometimes, and Yerby basically just made some personal purchases on
Fernando?
Fernando made some personal purchases on the company card.
Interesting. And does it say like, is this like a bank statement? Like it says like where it was purchased at, or is this like an accountant's book, or just
this is like an accountant's, but this is like a ledger kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of showing amounts missing, like not adding up kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're confident that he was embezzling though.
He was embezzling, just not a huge amount.
What about, did we have to kind of sign anything to come in here? Was there any sort of record of who visits?
Not for you guys, no.
Yerby,
Yes?
do you have a sort of health and safety protocol where people must sign in some sort of register?
Of course. And I check it all the time to make sure that it's accurate, like I should.
That's great. Can we see it too?
It's in the shop.
It's critical that we see the dates that line up with these charges and see if there was anyone else.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, I checked it before I went into the shop. Nobody else.
Can I do like an insight thing? Does
He's full of shit.
Yerby. Who are we? You know, I mean, who are we? Right?
Okay. Listen. Maybe 1 or 2 times, maybe 1 or 2 times, maybe more, I, as a sign of gratitude to Fernando for all his hard work and his friendship, maybe,
Easy.
maybe,
Oh boy.
Easy there.
No, it's okay.
All
It's
right.
okay.
Okay.
I take him
Yep.
to an amusement park together,
Okay.
and I use the company business card.
Oh no.
1 or 2 times, or maybe 3.
Oh dear.
Well, I mean-
It's not gonna look good.
I made all the money up, though.
Okay. How'd
And
you do
some
that?
of them he did on his own. Like this
Okay.
one, I don't know what this $300 is,
Okay.
but I made all the money up. The books are balanced. Employees are unhappy. Production is great. Cars are shit. Everything's exactly how it should be.
It sounds pretty squared away to me.
And I'm never doing it again.
Right? Never doing
Because
that
I've
again.
got no one to go to the amusement parks with now.
Right? Why? Because he was all.
No point in going again. Yeah, that's just what he sounded like.
You didn't do anything.
Kill me, and then you killed him.
It was a little like that.
See ya.
That's
Yerby, you were just kind of doing the thing you're meant to do. Of course, you're the boss. You
That's
should
right.
take things if you want them, but then you do have to blame somebody. You did just as you should.
I blamed Fernando, and then I killed him to make it all better again.
Perfect.
There you go.
Well,
Well done.
Well
my question is,
done.
if I may ask you, you seem to have a bit of an affinity for this Fernando individual. Why didn't you just blame it on one of these other schmucks?
That would have made life a lot easier, huh?
Probably.
That would have been a pretty good idea. Oh God. What have I done, Fernando?
Oh dear.
Hey, listen,
Oh, here it
listen,
goes.
listen. And I think Rippy comfortingly takes his top hat off, puts it over his chest, and puts an arm around Yerby and says,
Hey, listen, remember what they say. It's not necessarily the mistakes that define us as much as it's the decisions we make that ruin other people's lives that we then have to carry with us for the rest of our existence. Isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go, buck up.
You want to know the worst part of the whole thing?
What is it?
As I was doing it, I was kind of hoping maybe it did work that way and that he would become a vampire.
And then instead he just died.
And then he just died and he's not a
You're
vampire.
not a
The
vampire at all, and now you're all
No.
alone in your big house. All by yourself without any way to organize it. It's a proper joke, that one is.
Yep.
Oh,
Good joke.
that's a good one.
I'm concerned that once we bring all the Irbies together, the power of all their combined tragic lives is going to be too much, and it'll destroy the Prime Inc. as soon as we make it. Too much tragedy, and it just it's a singularity, and then it just blah, blah, blah. That's it.
All right, well, are you satisfied with the books?
Yeah.
All right. Should we just go back home and I'll write up the final report and send you guys back to head office?
Sure.
Yeah.
I suppose, yes. Is there anything
All
else
right.
we need to see here?
All right. Is it okay if we walk home? I don't feel like teleporting anymore.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. I think the fresh air would be good. And he takes you guys to the elevator, and he's just like heartbroken the whole ride down.
"Oh God."
Oof.
And then he gets down to the main lobby, and the front receptionist is like, "Oh, good morning, Yerby. I didn't see you come in. I hope your day is going well. And your guests are." And Yerby's like, "This is Bishop. This is Eye of the Tiger. And this is Mr. Rippy Mershon. And this is Mr. Sebastian Bolton. They're the best friends I have in this world now."
Whoa, 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 whoa,
A little
whoa,
presumptuous,
whoa.
Yerby.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't wait to go to that water park with you one day.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. Don't you worry.
And you guys kind of leave the front building, leave the front doors, and you are immediately struck with the stench of the city.
Oh.
You are now in the heart of the metropolis, and it is like someone took a shit or a mound of piss and gasoline and then burnt hair on it.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Like the smell is overwhelming.
Fresh air.
Yerby kind of pulls up like a handkerchief kind of thing that covers his whole face except for his eyes kind of thing. And then he's like, I do like this way the city smells in the morning.
Yes. We've got a bit of an acquired bouquet, isn't it?
It is. It's really wonderful when you get it though.
Well, yeah.
And the street in front of you is just bumper to bumper stuck. It's just completely gridlocked. And then every now and then it moves up an inch and all the cars kind of bump into each other. And everyone kind of leans out their windows and just starts swearing and yelling at each other. The sidewalk is incredibly busy with people kind of bumping into each other. But there is like this holy circle around you guys. An untouchable little zone that nobody dares enter. And they like push each other to make sure that that zone is respected. They're pushing each other in the face. They're pushing each other over, stepping on each other to make sure that no one gets within about 3 feet of you guys. And Yerby doesn't even recognize that this is happening. He's just like walking down the street, doesn't even recognize all the turmoil and frustration and chaos around you guys.
This circle, is this because of him? Is this because of us? Or is this just because of like, it's because we're humies?
It's so they're all people, they're all humans. You get the feeling it's very much because of Yerby.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So they think because we're walking with him that we're with him as well.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
And as you guys are kind of walking, Yerby is kind of talking about Fernando, and telling about some of the great stories that he had with Fernando, and a lot of them are really like dull, but also macabre. Like this one time when Fernando was setting the table and Yerby bit the guy in the neck wrong, and it sprayed like a pint of blood directly into Fernando's mouth, and he spent the next 5 hours puking in the toilet. So stories like that kind of thing. And then, you know, you guys turn down an alleyway, and it's a little bit weird because there's kind of nobody in the alleyway, but like maybe a couple street people kind of thing. And Yerby's kind of points ahead. And he's like, all right, it's just a little bit down that way. My shoes became untied. If I could just got to tie my shoes. You guys go on ahead. I'll catch up.
This seems highly suspicious.
What do you mean? No worries. Ripley will wait right here to make sure nothing's wrong.
We'll wait. I got something to go over anyways. I want to get my book out and just like start like pretending I'm reading notes.
No. You guys go on that way. And I'll catch up. Just gotta tie my shoes. You guys can go ahead. Just walk to the end of the alley there, and you'll see the house right there. So just go on and go to the end of the alleyway.
Insight?
Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus 1. Oh shit.
Ooh.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, no, he's 100% absolutely full of shit, and something does not add up about you guys going to the end of the alleyway.
Interesting. Okay, so what? Let's think. If he wants us to go to the end of the alleyway, he doesn't seem to be on to us. So what would he be setting us up for?
Yeah, that's maybe. I wonder if he's like trying to cover up loose ends if he feels like the audit didn't go very well or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe he killed the last audit people as
Oh,
well as Fernando.
maybe that's why he was so nervous. He's just trying to desperately cover his fucking tracks.
What if those people down in the basement with no tongues were the audit people?
Oh my God.
Wait, I think the audit people are monsters. Are meant to be actual monsters.
Oh yeah, they already changed.
Yeah, I think. This is a tough one.
This is a fucking tough one.
Or what if we ran into that letter at the beginning of the arc? What if he got another letter saying, okay, we've rescheduled for the, blah, 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 because they said in the letter that they originally couldn't make it. So maybe they gotten an update or something like that.
Well, that was for the dinner. That was for the special guests.
Oh, okay.
And we determined that the special guests were essentially humans for them to eat, right?
Oh, I thought the special guests were the auditors.
Yeah, same.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Do we think that have we been made? Do we think that he bought our story of just wanting to instill fear? Or do you think the way we dealt with that monster kind of gave it away?
I think he's too stupid, but I'm just trying to, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's kind of tricky.
Can we, what if we try to intimidate him? If we, yeah, I don't know. Anyone who's Tiger is tall. Tiger's tall. Yerby is what is he doing? He's tying his shoe?
He's kind of like pointing at his shoe like he wants to tie his shoe, but he won't start tying his shoe until you guys walk to the end of the He's like, I gotta tie my shoe. You guys should go on ahead, and then I'll tie. You gotta go in the alleyway.
Does his shoe one have laces at all?
You know what? No.
Yerby,
Yes.
your shoe cannot be tied.
Would you look at? And then he spreads his arms with his cape behind him, and he sweeps it forward, and you guys find yourselves thrown backwards in a giant gust of magical wind. You go tumbling backwards, rolling ass over tea kettle to the end of the alleyway. And
can I land really spry on my feet?
Yeah, if you want to try to make a cool landing, go ahead and roll 2d6.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. This is really important. We gotta take the time.
I want you to describe. I want you to describe what Rippy does.
Okay,
Oh my
how
God!
cheesy, guys.
Holy shit! Please let Bishop Kane be the only one that lands cool.
All right, Bishop Kane.
Please let me take no damage because I'm already dead.
It'll be totally fine.
Roll it, Bishop Kane.
What do you want me to roll? Okay.
2d6 plus 0.
Plus 0? Oh,
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my God! It's a fucking success.
Yeah,
barely.
So I think the way this happens is, Rippy, you kind of get blasted back so hard, you kind of hit your head on the pavement as you're going backwards, and the world just kind of becomes a whirling blur of noise and sound, and you just kind of roll fucking dead weight sideways, log roll to the end of the alleyway.
Okay.
And Tiger, you kind of try to do a back spring, and as you kind of land, the log rolling Rippy kind of caused you to trip and just face plant. You smash your nose into the pavement.
Perfect.
As you kind of go skidding backwards, dragged on your nose to the end of the alleyway. Sebastian, you kind of roll backwards, you land on your ass, and you do kind of a backwards somersault, and you stand up and you feel like you're doing okay until Bishop Kane's ass just kind of plants right in the middle of your chest, sends you flying backwards. And Kane, by smashing into Sebastian, you manage to land on your feet, but your ass hurts a little bit at the end of the alleyway. And Yerby's kind of standing there at the far end of the alley. He's like, I'm so sorry. Boy, am I glad you're not monsters. It was a huge gamble on my part. If you guys had been monsters, I would be dead.
Well, what do we do now, Yerby?
Well, if I were you, I would probably start running.
Yeah.
And you guys see on each other's foreheads this symbol starts to kind of burn itself into your foreheads. It looks kind of like an ampersand, but with like it's like two ampersands inverted on top of each other.
Oh.
Kind of like a really fucked up weird figure eight kind of thing. And it's on all of your foreheads. And you look down at the ground and you see this big white line drawn on the ground. It's like a foot thick of a white line that is drawn on the ground. And you guys are on the side opposite of where Yerby is. Like Yerby is on the inside kind of thing of this line. It's kind of where he's standing, there's city, and where you guys are standing, you notice that there's no buildings built past the point where you guys are.
Oh, we're outside the city.
Shoot.
Yeah.
So probably the symbols mean we can't come in? We're banished? Should we try?
I feel like this is something where I gotta risk the change. Shit.
Oh, well, I'm
He's
kind
like,
of.
well, I would have been dead. I was like, you're about to be.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And it's interesting that you say that because all of you suddenly have horrible stomach pains.
Oh, fuck.
And you all feel the change coming, and
What
it's
the
real
fuck?
bad.
Uh-oh.
Having seen what happens when you change, that guy in the skyscraper office where his arm exploded and his fate's twisted upside down, you feel that change starting to happen.
I want to make a little space between the group. Let's spread out a little bit.
I was gonna say Rippy would start looking for somewhere like he's a tourist on vacation feeling diarrhea coming on, and he's like looking for somewhere safe.
So what you guys can do is pick one of the things from like your basic class, not a move, not an ability from the basic moves list that you get to choose, just like one of the basic descriptors of your class. You can have one of those now.
Like the starting moves type thing, or
Just a sort of
Like,
general thing, like barbarians, like you now are stronger and
Or
like.
appearance?
It's like here, let me
Yeah, well, give us an
grab-
example for our class,
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. I'll give you an example. Here's this. So, like the okay, yeah, like one of the starting moves.
Okay.
Because usually you start with all the starting moves, I think. Now you only get one of them. You can choose one of your starting moves, like for the failed arcanist. You can have Laughing Stock of the Wizarding World, or you only learn through failure, or I'm a real wizard now, or I know a spell kind of thing.
Perfect. I already know exactly what I want.
I really fucked up with picking my characters. I just picked it because the name sounded cool.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
yeah.
did I fuck up.
It's going to make for such interesting stuff. Don't even worry.
My guy does nothing but ask questions. He has no abilities, no defense, no combat, nothing. All he is, he's the world's greatest lawyer, but he doesn't even know how to wield a pen as a weapon.
That's hilarious. Your monster transformation, and you just stay the same because you're already a lawyer. Horrible lawyer joke.
I think I know what I want to choose, but it's like there's stuff like roll plus int, so I don't know how that would work.
It would be context sensitive kind of thing. Basically, your int is okay, so it'd probably be a +1 or a +2 kind of thing. But since you don't have your full character sheet, it would be kind of context sensitive.
Okay, I've chosen
Which one are you going with?
Arcane Blitzkrieg.
Oh my god. When you want to fire a chaotic torrent of mismatched defensive spells as a devastating blitzkrieg that will blow away your enemies, roll plus intelligence. On a 10+, your onslaught of attack spells smashes into your target You deal 2d6 damage to one enemy in the near range. On a 7 to 9, your spells madly arc out of control. You deal 2d6. To one enemy within the near range, and the GM tells you an additional effect that your wild onslaught of magic has. On a 6 or less, your magic prematurely detonates and flies out of control. You deal 1d6 damage on up to 2 targets of your choice within the near range, and you take 2d6 damage. Oh, wow. In addition to whatever the GM would normally say, they can tell you an additional unintentional effect brought on by the wild misuse of your magic. Wow. Okay.
So, right after we start feeling the pains and Yerby says, if you are monsters, I would be dead. I'm like, you're about to be.
Okay, you wanna cast Arcane Blitzkrieg?
Yep.
Okay, so 2d6 plus int. I'm gonna give you a +1 right now because I think things are real fucked up, and you're probably reeling. So yeah, 2d6 plus 1 for your int.
Oh
boy, two natty ones.
Fuck.
No.
This is gonna be fun.
God.
And preceded by a "well, you're about to be" comment. Oh no.
Instead of him dying, we're all going to die.
Fuck.
I'm going to bed. I don't need this shit.
Oh god.
So
I tried to not aim at King.
Totally. I think the way this works is so you I think you kind of raise your hand as you say this, and you cast the spells without having backed up from the from where that line is drawn. And I think, much to your dismay, you realize that your spells also cannot go through this barrier.
Oh no.
As you unleash a blast, a torrent of explosive spells that blow up 1 foot from your face.
Oh, fuck.
So I will roll 2d6s for you.
Oh, I'm
and
dead.
This will be the damage you take.
Yay!
Not too bad.
Wow,
You know
natty
what?
ones matched by natty ones.
Natty ones, and then natty ones, you take 2 damage, but you do go flying backwards and just kind of slam into the pavement as the explosion kind of sends you flying backwards. And Jeremy kind of like holds his face like, oh God, what are you doing? I said run. It's very dangerous. Start running now.
Maybe
Can I
we should
see
start
what-
running.
Can I see what we're supposed to run from?
So when you kind of look out at, what you should be running from, what you see is the pavement that you're standing on kind of goes for another maybe 50 yards. And after that is like bog. It is disgusting, bubbling, murky, dirty bog with stumps turned over, sticking out of it, a couple weeds sticking out of it, and you do see a ripple in the water kind of moving around, not directly towards you, but there's something under the surface of the water in the bog that's kind of moving around.
Oh boy.
Seems safe on the pavement, though.
Interesting. So we can't go through this barrier. We can't shoot through the barrier. We can speak through the barrier. I want to turn and look at what's his name again?
Yerby?
Yerby. Fucking Yerby. I want to turn and look at Yerby. Oh wait, never mind. God damn it! I thought it was Galdrick.
Oh, that's so sad.
I was gonna say I've met all your counterparts and you're the worst one. But
Oh no, that's right.
I haven't.
Damn.
That would have been such a good bird.
I know, right?
All right, well, shit. Is there any reason why you're doing this, Yerby?
Well, the way that you fought the changed one was pretty fucked up. That was not something I would have thought that, and he kind of points up like the way Rippy's been doing. Like That's kind of, you know, we'll deal with that.
Nowhere
And-
in the book does it say we have to transform.
No, that was why I thought maybe, but then I saw Mr. Kane got really fucked up. Like, boy, you should really be like doing something about that. You got really fucked up.
Yeah, can I get that Band-Aid now, please?
And he's like, but in case, you know, they sent humans to do the audit. I didn't want people to find out that I turned Fernando into a vampire, and they did that. The books, you know, they probably wouldn't hold up under scrutiny. So I thought maybe I just get you out of the city. Then it doesn't matter if you're ascended.
Can I make an investigation roll in the moment to think if that book that I took will be of any use to me right now?
Ooh.
And be like, well, I guess you don't need this then.
Okay, yeah. Roll 2d6 plus 2. Again, this is super in your wheelhouse. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah. You have the very distinct feeling that this book being on the other side of the barrier is going to be a huge fucking problem for Yerby.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Okay. And okay, so I'm gonna oh fuck. I'm trying to be tactical here. Okay, what would Kane do? Because on one hand, if I can get him to let us back in, he can kill us himself, or maybe we can fight him now that we've got powers. All right, fuck. All right. Well, Yerby, you might want to, let us back in.
I don't think I want to do that.
I want to reach
And
it up. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think I can.
All right. Well, until you can, I'll just hold on to this, and I want to pull out the book.
Ooh.
Yerby like falls down to his knees. And he just like puts his hands on his face and he starts like pulling on his face.
Oh
He's
my
like,
god.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit.
I bet this isn't supposed to be outside the city, is it?
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, this is a problem. Oh no. Oh,
you heard.
Fuck.
Well, you heard the man. We better start running with the book. Okay.
All right. See you, Yerby. See you
Bye,
later.
Yerby.
No, wait,
Yeah,
wait,
see you
get back.
soon.
Hold on, no.
I start doing like the mother who's leaving the child. Okay, I'm leaving.
Throwing the book through. Throw me the book. Throw me the book, and I'll let you back into the city.
Can't
hear
you. We're too far from
Sorry about it, mate. We're gonna go and put this in the paper. No worries.
Do you think that ripple by the wall is a bad thing? I'm gonna walk towards that.
No, whatever.
Come back. Come back. Just wait. You give me the book. I'll bring you back into the city.
That's full of. You're full of shit.
Nah,
No.
like
full of
you
shit
said,
on that.
maybe it's best. Maybe it's for the best that we're around here, anyways. Hey, maybe we deserve it. No worries.
Okay.
We'll just take this book and be
shit.
on our way.
Yep.
And he kind of like looks around, then he turns into a bat and just flies away.
Oh.
Oh no, dang.
Yeah, we better start running.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Part of me wants to read the book and see what happens.
Could we teleport or something? Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so you said there were glyphs. You said there were circles. You said there were syllables. Symbols I didn't recognize.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know what it is, but if I'm assuming it's something. It's probably some sort of contract. And if somebody new speaks the contract, I'm willing to bet whoever like does the contract like just shows up. I'm willing to bet it's like a summoning sort of thing.
Don't want that. We're not ready to see people.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Well, do we see any other road to another city? Do we know anything about this?
Were we given any sort of information about this before we were like, here? Why do we have fucking symbols on our foreheads? Do we have any knowledge to this at all?
So you were told basically that the cities are kind of isolated and protected, and that around them was basically just bog and marsh and forests and deserts and volcanoes and all matter of awful, horrible places. And there are roads that connect cities, but they're like thousands of miles long.
So us going to another city is not really an option.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we have to find another way back into this city. Can can I like test to see if I can walk past the barrier?
Yeah, you can test the barrier if you'd like. Just tell me how you'd like to do it.
Han Solo style, take a rock and throw it.
Okay, yeah. You take a rock and you throw it, and it just you throw a rock into the. You throw a rock into the city. Wait, no, nope. It would bounce off. Yep. No, you throw the rock and it bounces off an invisible kind of barrier.
What if this is a will thing? You know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. I want to approach the barrier and just kind of hold this thought as like, I am ascended. You know, like I deserve to be here. No one's going to get in my way of what I deserve, of what I am going to take, that type of thing.
Yep.
And see if that does anything.
Like just standing by the barrier kind of thing?
Yeah, see if I can open a hole, or if I don't open a hole, try to move forward.
Yeah, and so the barrier is like completely invisible. Like when you threw the rock, it just kind of seemed to bounce off thin air. So you kind of stand there and you hold this thought. Roll 2d6 plus 1.
So, what are you gonna do this weekend?
Oh wow. Okay, so you're standing there and you're holding this thought in your mind so strongly that you do belong here. Like you were sent here. You have fooled other ascended already. You can do this. You belong in this city. And you take one step forward and you are concentrating so hard that you feel this resistance as you're kind of pushing into this kind of barrier, and you feel like you're moving forwards, and it's very, very tough. And the rest of you watch as Sebastian kind of takes a step forward and all his skin begins to singe and peel.
Whoa.
And he's so focused on pushing forwards that he doesn't even notice that literally his flesh is being burned away as he tries to push his way into this.
Oh my God.
Sebastian, no, stop. No, don't do it, Sebastian.
Keep going.
No, I'm gonna
No,
keep
you're
going.
burning. You're gonna die.
I haven't taken damage, so I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. You are now being burned so badly, your body tells you, I'm about to get hurt real bad. And you get a little mental warning of incoming pain. Would you like to keep pushing through?
I think Sebastian's kind of the mindset is like, I've been through much worse, and if I die here, well, I die here. So he's gonna keep moving.
Yep.
Good for you.
I look at the other two. How do we signal that we need one more?
You do take 4 points of damage as your skin and flesh are starting to be scoured away from this spell, kind of burning you as you are pushing yourself through it. Would you like to keep pushing?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
You take another 4 damage as the skin is now almost completely seared away. The flesh and meat below and fat is starting to sizzle and pop as you are being kind of slowly disintegrated as you push yourself through this barrier.
Jesus.
And you feel your bones starting to heat up.
Oh my God.
Sebastian, get out of there.
Do I want to go full bacon?
Smells
Kevin,
smells
or-
like burnt bacon over here.
Insight check.
Okay. 2d6, just straight 2d6. Okay. Are you looking for whether or not you think you can make it?
Yeah.
You very strongly suspect that you cannot make it, and if you could, you would be in a state so grievously injured that bleed out and infection would probably take you pretty quick.
I stop.
Okay. You turn around and everybody else sees you basically with a half melted face. Your shoulder is missing, and your chest is basically an open cavity at this point.
Oh my God.
You feeling all right?
Flesh wound. I'm fine.
All
You
of your
look
flesh,
pretty
yeah.
bad, as a matter of fact.
It looks
Pretty
worse than it
bad.
actually is. It's just a little whiskey. I'll be fine.
Okay. Bit
I was
weird.
But this is nuts.
A little bit gruesome, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you have any burn cream in the first aid kit, Bishop?
I guess I'll look. I think they think he needs a
Here's
lot
to
more than
open.
It's like a little, yeah.
It's like 2 vitamin E tablets kind of thing.
Yeah. There's 2 vitamin E tablets and a little bit of clear burn ointment.
I just need some electrolytes, so we'll be good.
Give me some Gatorade.
Just need a long rest.
Yep.
And perhaps attracted
Oh, geez.
by the smell of burning flesh, the ripples in the water grow very quickly to be quite violent. The water
Oh
bubbles.
God.
And a thing pulls itself out of the swamp. And at first, you're like, zombie.